There we go. Is your timer done?
No, now it is.
Okay. We should be live now. There we go.
Okay.
Mute your laptop. Is your timer done?
Oh, I forgot that.
No.
Hold on. Now it is.
Hey,
Did I
Sean.
get
Hi,
it?
Mark Irving. Hi, Mark Clark. Maurice Casey.
Hey, everybody.
How's this coming out?
It's good on my phone. It's lagging a little bit on the screen on my laptop. That's okay.
Well, it's going to have a little bit of a lag.
Right. Hello, Maurice. Hi, everybody. Mike Irvin.
It's going to be a few minute lag.
Okay. Justin.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, Kevin Baker.
Mike Turner.
Hey, Josh. How you doing?
Hey, Josh.
Mad Cat is in the house. Hi, Becca. Eric Burnside.
Becca.
I'm going to let a few more people get in here before we make the announcement.
Okay.
Hi, Mike Turner.
Kevin. Yeah, I pushed a button.
Yeah, it's your birthday girl.
It's not my birthday.
Well, somehow everybody found out it was.
I don't know. My birthday's in July, but thank you all for the birthday wishes.
Who said it was your birthday today?
I don't remember, but I appreciate it. I'll save them till it's my birthday.
Hey, fishing trucker. Has life.
Dragonfire. Hey, we're doing better than I thought we would.
Oh, we'll be doing good.
I'm nervous. Can y'all tell?
No, not really.
12 people.
Now we will have a guest on Sunday night.
Cool.
Mad Cat is going to be on Sunday night.
Oh, that's cool. Thanks, Kevin. I don't feel like one.
We're all nervous our first time around.
Well, this is my second. You'd think it would be better, but it's not.
Well, I don't even remember you going live on your first.
It was Catfish and Crappie Show with Mark and Betty.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. The Women of Fishing.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. I forgot about that one.
So I have to tell you what happened. I went fishing twice this week because it was pretty out, and I got skunked both times. But I was trying to get to the river, and the water's been up, but it's just recently went down. And I went from the rock bank to get closer to this big rock where I usually sit, where they tied off barges. And I stepped out into the sand and sunk up to my knee with one leg. And I had to fight to get out.
Yeah, the what?
I sunk in the sand up to my knee with my leg. And I took my rod holders and fought to get out. And I was laughing at myself the whole time.
Well, I've seen that happen at the first meet and greet. Well, Mark,
they were talking about funny stuff.
That happened at the first meet and greet where Mark from Catfish and Crappie had to walk out in the mud. He thought he was going to walk out there and cast, and well, he went up to his kneecaps.
Yeah, that's what I did, but it was only one leg that did it, and Man, I'm telling you, I was muddy all over and I was wet, and I decided I was fishing anyways because I already walked way down the bank trying to get to my favorite spot, and I was like, I'm fishing muddy, wet, whatever.
That's cool.
Mark went into a mud pit.
Well, the
Hey, Ace.
Cascadia River is muddy anyway.
So when
Hey,
are you having your meet and greet? March,
it's third week of May,
May. Hi,
20th
Lynn.
through the 24th.
Okay.
We'll be doing more posting updates on the meet and greet page.
Okay. So we got 18. Are you going to tell them what we're doing?
Hey JB, how you guys doing? Okay, I know I didn't.
Mad Catter wants to know if you caught any fish today.
No, I was having problems with a thin layer of ice on top of the lake.
Right.
So first off, we came up with a name for the live feed, and Lord, hold on a minute, I gotta go back and look at that. I forgot what.
Bank fishing with Abbott and Katie.
I gotta make sure I did that right.
Oh. Creole, hey. Mark Clark. Mike Turner.
Good thing is I got a still-in photo editor.
Kevin, we're going to try to do a live show ourselves. It was Avid's idea. We're going to do bank fishing with Avid and Katie if he put it in the computer right. And you guys can come and talk to us about bank fishing.
It's from the bank, from the banks with Avid and Katie.
Right.
And our first guest will be Sunday night. Will be Mad Catter. Mad Catters will be our first guest on Sunday night.
Right. That's awesome, Mad Catter. Hey, Becca.
Katie Collins will be co-hosting. She will be the co-host. I was looking for a co-host, but I wanted to get a female catfisherman as a co-host so we can get their aspect side of the catfishing community.
As life, not necessarily.
What?
He said only bank fishermen are welcome.
No, boat fishermen are welcome too, but I wanted to do something a little different. We wanted to do something a little different because we have a lot of lives that are boat fishermen. So I figured I'd try to come up with something different.
Thanks, Josh. Kevin, I don't know. I may be the first female. I'm not sure.
For a co-host, you are that I know of.
Wave to J-Dog. He'll be my BFF. Hi, J-Dog.
J-Dog's trying to get everybody as a BFF.
Hey, he's got a boat.
Yeah, but see, that's all he's trying to do. He's trying to coerce you.
Ah.
He's trying to coerce you off of bank fishing.
Well, if I had a boat to get on, I probably would.
See, I'm a bank fisherman by choice and by.
I've been a bank fisherman all my life. I've never been on a boat, but I've always wanted to.
I don't like boats because they're too restricting for big people.
This is Bella. She can be our show mascot because she insists on being in my lap all the time. So.
What is that? The poodle?
She is half poodle and half Shih Tzu.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, she's a mess.
So,
Oh, yeah, Creole. I know. I'd love to come see you and fish on your boat. Becca, I wish I could afford to buy a boat.
I didn't know Mud Tramp had a boat.
Thank you, Josh. She's pretty
That was
awesome.
adorable.
Thank you.
But we will be it'd be from the bank with Abbott and Katie. We will have a different background every week. Try to anyway. We will be working on a guest for every. Katie, where are you from? Josh wants to know.
Josh, I'm from a little bitty town in West Kentucky. I'm just a tad over an hour from Kentucky Lake, and I'm right on the border of Kentucky and Illinois, southern Illinois.
You're not far from Weekend Angler.
No, I'm not, and I didn't know that, but that's pretty interesting.
You're only maybe 2 hours from him.
That's neat. Oh, Lynn, you got in trouble? Can't comment on Facebook.
How did you get in
Creole,
trouble?
does she have a YouTube channel? Lady Kayak Angler. Thank you, Palmetto. We may need you.
Yeah, Abbott, Kevin, that'd be much appreciated.
Yes, it would. Justin, I am about 45 minutes from Owensboro. I actually used to go to college there.
That'd be much appreciated, Kevin.
So am I lagging any, or is it doing pretty good?
Actually, you're doing. People, how's she doing? How's she coming across? Is she lagging a lot, or is it just a normal lag?
Thank you, Kevin.
So I don't see you lagging much at all.
J-Dog said it was fine.
Yeah.
Haha, my picture's better than yours, Avid.
Hey, I don't care. Hey, I'm not going for a beauty contest. I know I'm ugly, so. So, I do got a thumbnail set up to replace the settings for Sunday night.
That's neat, Justin. A lot of you are close to me. I'm surprised to hear that. Mike Greenwell is actually, gosh, he's about an hour away from me too, over in Indiana. I'm right where the three states meet, actually. So, and I live about a little less than a half mile from the river. I can actually see it out my window.
Lucky you. Hey,
Yeah.
Oh, 1 ton? I don't know which one you are.
Hey, Stan.
Hey, Stan, how you doing? 2 stands? Okay, for those of you that just came in, this would be my new co-host from Fishing from the Banks with Abbott and Katie Collins. And
yeah, Josh, that would be awesome.
What's that?
Somebody invite me to go on their boat.
And our first guest Sunday night would be Mad Catters. They'll be going on right after Palmetto Cats. So I know.
Thank you,
We'll
Stan.
start right after Palmetto Cats. Me and Katie will start off the show talking for about 15, 20 minutes while Mad Cat just gets some stuff done. Then he'll join us shortly after.
J-Dog, that would be awesome. Yeah, Becca, we decided to do a bank fishing one because all the others always talk about their boats.
Yeah, that's a title we came up with, Becca.
And 24 watching. I feel special. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, it'll grow because you're sharing it out. And each week we'll come up with a different saying for the banner.
Jason, I'm not sure. That's up by Cincinnati, isn't it? Close? I'm not sure. Me too, Becca.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you, Kevin. I seen that. Regulators, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to also support the bank fishermen as well as all the other fishermen.
All right.
But I just wanted, I seen the bait shop. I seen Catfish Weekly, Panfish Weekly. I figured, why not from the bank?
Hey, Big Mike.
Hey, Big Mike.
Thank you, Catfish Regulators. I'm not used to doing anything like this. And Avid asked me, and I had horrible internet connection here. Still can't find internet connection. I bought a $150 cell phone booster so I could watch my YouTube videos.
No, how's it doing now?
It's doing great. Yep, it's doing great. I actually got 4 bars of signal, and I was barely getting one when I first moved here. And I was actually standing in the front door in the living room to watch videos and talk to people on the phone.
Well, we'll use your phone for your lives.
That's what I'm on right now.
And you can always keep your chat on your laptop. Just remember to mute your laptop when we go live.
Okay.
Just to cause feedback.
Okay, Jason, I'll look for one.
What's that?
A lake between him and I.
Well, what's that one that you're an hour away from?
Kentucky Lake.
And where does he live?
Who do I have good service through? Right now, Josh, I'm using just Verizon, and I live way out in the boondocks. I'm up on a hill, but I'm also, up and down some, so it's covered. But I bought a really good cell phone signal booster off of Amazon, and I've actually got really good signal with it.
Sorry.
Lots of success with it.
What?
Hey, Sampy.
What colors would you like?
Colors?
Yeah, show colors.
Blue's my favorite color.
Blue's good.
Yeah.
What other color would go good with blue?
I don't know.
I'll let you pick out the other one. Where'd he go?
Yes, Josh, I will. I'll message you later. If I forget to message you, just let me know. Yeah, Kevin, pink would be good.
One more.
Or gold.
Blue and green.
Oh, yeah, blue and green. I was just going to say that too.
I'd go with a green.
Yeah, blue and green.
Like a hunter's green.
Yes, Creole, that's what it does. And I also have a hotspot, one of them little Verizon boxes that I can get signal through. And that's what I'm using for my internet connection for like my laptop. I got my cell phone signal, which is what I'm doing the video on. And then my laptop's on one of those little hotspots. And so I'm watching the chat through it.
Yeah, so if we go over a couple hours, don't worry about it. I already got the upgraded version, so I'm not worrying about the 20 hours a week.
Okay.
So we can go. When,
Mauve.
when I first started my lives, I've done 5 and 6 hour lives. We
Wow.
we have a tendency to get carried away. We got carried away last weekend and went 3.5 hours.
Wow. Don't forget the thumbs up, guys, please. It's my first show, so if you don't
Yeah,
care.
show her some love and give her some thumbs up. So, what would you think of that rod and reel?
The
The
one
chunky
you
rod.
used today,
Yeah,
I
the bait
liked it.
starts casting it.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
The way that I was taught to set it up through Mad Catters, it casts quite well, and I haven't put my thumb on the spool once yet.
You got it set pretty good then.
Mm-hmm.
After Kevin's show, I bought one of the PC Fun 60, and I like it. I used it the other day. Well, I used it 2 days, and I like it real well. I didn't ever backlash it, but that don't mean I won't.
I haven't
But
backlashed it yet, but I got the dry. I got the tensioner set just right to where as soon as it hits, it slows down real quick or it almost stops.
right. Has Life Stand show the other night was awesome. Josh actually texted me, and I was in bed, almost asleep, and I got up and watched it. It was
What code?
definitely.
What code are you talking about, Kevin? Oh, he's talking to you. I hope you use the code by that reel.
I think I did. I'm pretty sure I did, Kevin. Oh, Mad Catter, I love my Abus, but everybody talks so high about that one. I couldn't financially afford an Abu right now, so I wanted to try one of those out. Kevin says, see if they like what I just sent you.
And
Um, Fishing Texas Marlin. Backlash is when you have a bait cast rod reel. When you cast it, all the line kind of goes into a bee's nest.
oh, that's
That's
cool.
what we call a backlash. Okay, Justin. Yeah, I got them pretty tight right now. I may actually, uh, I checked them before I put it on the, I checked it over real good before I went fishing with it.
That is nice. I have to forward it to you, Katie.
Okay.
Or do you have Kevin on message?
I do.
Oh, duh.
He sent it to me, he says.
Okay.
Let me see if I see it.
I like that though.
Oh, that's awesome. I like it too.
That's cool.
Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you. He's good at doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, Josh, I should have worn my catfish and crappie hat, but I had
Yeah.
already wore my catfish hat today, so I just put it
Yeah.
back on.
Palmetto likes your catfish hat.
Thank you.
I like this beanie. It keeps my head nice and warm.
Right? I don't know, guys. If I can get the money together, I'll get another Abu.
We'll be using it. We're gonna be using it as a background, which I can change, put on here anyway. I can change the background, so
Okay.
I can do that while I'm doing this. I hope it works. Come on, load up.
I don't think I've even ever seen a pen warfare reel. Yes, Big Mike, I'm on eBay all the time looking for fishing deals. This was really just a test run, guys, to see how my signal was, to see if we could actually do a show.
Logo's on behind us. The background.
I don't see it.
It's right behind the pictures.
Right. Oh, okay, Creo. I remember that video. That was a good video too. You guys, her learning how to use the baitcaster.
Now, if you go out, you'll see it. We both hey, there's Pinfish 8,000s and 6,000s. Sean, those are good reels. Those pin reels, you can't get anything better than them. I love them pin reels. Okay, I can go to that one.
Catfish regulators, you're worth a drive. Thank you, Mark.
Mark's in here?
Mark Clark is.
Oh. I'm like, okay.
Okay, Becca. Thank you. I only have one video on my channel.
Well, this will help you get used to talking and everything to where you'll be able to do more videos.
Right.
Getting comfortable with it.
Thank you, Becca.
Thank you, Becca, for sharing her link and helping her grow. And besides, even if you just ask questions to even the guest, you'll learn. People will help you out and give you the answers you want and stuff like that.
Right.
Because that's how we all learn is on these live streams, just asking questions, getting to know the guest and stuff like that. Anything from the lines, the hooks, what they look for on the banks or off the boat.
Right. Thank you, Mad Catter.
Yeah, 2 stands. Let me send you a link. This will help.
Well, Mad Catter, we got to get to work if we only got one video. I'm looking for, I've got 3 reels now, good ones. I'm looking for a good 2-piece rod. I've had the ones I got a while, and they're a little stiff for what I want. I like to be able to feel the action. They're medium heavies, but they're real stiff. But they were only a little over $30 a piece.
No, nice.
Wow, Justin, no wonder your name's Fishing Fetish if you got all those reels. Mad Catter, mine's a 7'6" medium action. It's called a fire stick. Kevin sent me something, but I've lost it.
Yeah, I got it too. Come on. I'll just do it this way real quick.
Well, Mad Catter, if you ever get too many, you can send me some of those rods and reels.
Come on up, Stan. Hey, give her some practice.
Ooh, Kevin, I really like that one. I like that picture.
I'm fixing the
I've got to say, in the short time that I've been watching YouTube videos, which, I mean, catfish community, probably 3 months now, I feel like I know you guys personally. And I've never met any of you, but I feel like you're my neighbors.
well, this way you're gonna get to know everybody a lot better.
Now with beef stick, Justin. Okay, but do those come in a 2-piece? Because I fish in a little bitty car.
Most of your big rods come in 2-piece.
Right. I have a Chevy Spark, and I get asked all the time if it's an electric car, and it's not.
There we go. I like that one. That's a good background.
Yes. Hey, JBT.
I can't believe that changes that quick.
Man, I like that one a lot.
That's going to stay there.
Yep. Roll the passenger window down. Well, I guess I could do that, but my luck, I'd probably hit a sign or something.
There.
I'll have to look them up, Justin. Thank you.
Is that better, Kevin? Yeah, I actually like that because you can actually read it a lot better.
Yes, I really like that one.
Did you get that link, Stan?
Yeah, he said it'd be right up.
Okay. JBT, welcome.
Okay, Kevin.
I like that.
Yes, 1 ton. It does fold down, and I can fit an 8-foot in there in one piece. If it sets up on the dash and it touches the window. But I've done it. I have one now that's a 7'10" that I do that with.
My rods would not fit in your car.
No. My brother says I should fix something to tie them to the top of it, but
I have one rod that's a 3-piece.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh. But most of my 11-foots are 2 pieces. They haven't been apart in God knows how long.
Yeah,
Good.
Justin, I thought about that, but I don't want if I don't know if I want to, put holes in my car to put a roof rack up there. My
Actually,
car is
most of your roof racks, you don't put holes on them.
really,
Yeah,
well,
because
that's
they got
neat.
something like you just set there with suction cups, and they have straps to go up to your edge of your roof, hook onto it, and you tighten them down like that.
Becca, I wish I could trade for a truck. This is my very first new car I've had. I've had it 4 years, and I would love to have a truck. But financially, there's no way.
This is nice.
26 people, 23 thumbs up. All right.
And we go back in here and swap something out real quick.
Yeah, Creole, Kevin's pretty good at it. He's already sent us two, working on another one.
Oh, he's already got another one. I just gotta upload it.
I didn't either have has life. I have a 10-foot one. I don't even remember. I think it's a Bassmaster. I don't even remember when I got it, but it's so heavy that if you put a big reel on it, I can't cast it. Well, I can cast it, but not very far.
Me, I like mine because they fly. Then again, I don't use them on a filament line.
Well, Mad Catter, my 7'10" was free, so
There
I
you
can
go.
get it for free. I'll take it. Hey, Georgia.
There's a new one. Hey,
I don't
Georgia.
see
Hi,
it yet.
Justin.
That's perfect, Kevin.
Just for all you people that just came in,
Good night, Justin.
Catfish Katie Collins will be the new co-host, and our first guest Sunday night will be Mad Catters, and the show will be called From the Banks with Abbott and Katie. Hello, Stan. How you doing?
Norm.
Hello, hello.
Hey, are you
Good.
fishing?
Yes, we are. So, how appropriate is it? How appropriate is it that your new show is going to be from the bank, and here I am from the bank.
Awesome.
Very cool.
Yeah, we came up with that show within maybe this name within what 5 minutes, 10 minutes, Katie.
Yeah, yeah. He said we needed a name, and all of a sudden he said bank fishing, and I come up with the rest.
From the bank with Abbott and Katie.
Hey,
Well,
Ace.
Hey, Katie. Hey, to answer that question on the beef sticks, they're great rods. You'll love them. They are. You can get them in the 2-piece. I had 2 of the 10 pieces that were stolen Christmas morning. They're excellent rods.
Okay.
Hoping here soon to order me a couple more of them. I miss them.
You have
Right.
any luck yet, Stan?
yep. What's that?
Have any luck yet?
No. We were just coming out trying to spot, and it just didn't work out. So we're sitting here waiting, and saw that you're live, and I wanted to be the first one to congratulate Catfish and Katie Collins on her brand new co-host position there.
Thank
That's an
you.
awesome way to get started.
Well, we've been working on this for a while to get her as a co-host on here.
Well, she's going to do awesome. She's already got the best name in YouTube. So
True. And
Thank you.
the reason why I wanted female cat fishermen because I wanted their point of view from their side of from their point of view of catfishing,
mhm.
and that's what I wanted and help promote them. So
Maybe Creole.
maybe what?
If I beach my boat up on a sandbar, does that count as bank fishing?
Oh, thanks for reminding me about that, Creole. I'm still working on that. I'm working on that contest.
So, Katie, how nervous are you? Are you?
Pretty nervous. It took a lot of Avid bugging me to death to get me to even do this.
No, I didn't.
He's been
bug you.
asking
I
me
just
for,
coaxed you into it.
Dang it.
yeah, he's been asking me for probably, heck, I don't know, a month.
Well,
And
you
then
are.
I told him that my tripod was broke, and the man's bought me one and sent it to me in the mail.
You are hiding the nerves very well. You're doing an awesome job.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
real good. I'm still nervous when I get up here.
You just basically just like talking to people over the phone, but doing a video phone.
Right.
And every once in a while, you just gotta keep track of chat in case questions pop up.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Has Life.
That's the hardest. That's the hardest part. Is just trying to
Keep up with chat.
keep up with chat, and when you're talking, but you got to talk and read at the same time, and then But don't worry about the nerves. That's why it's a good place to start. Just go ahead and talk to people, and everybody out here already loves you, so you're gonna do fine.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
And you just
Hey, Wandering Fisherman.
you're just talking to your friends. So sometimes it can get a little difficult if you're trying to do if you're doing like an interview show. Because
Right.
you feel like I'm asking the same things over and over, but
Okay, Pamela the Cats. Thank you.
We actually have
Dude,
friends, Stan.
Your interview show with Epic was awesome.
oh well, thank you.
I
Thank
love
you.
that.
I have watched it 3 times. I just loved it.
Yeah,
Got a
I
lot of good information out of that one.
I
I
love that.
love. I could talk catfish 24/7. So that was.
Yeah, but having Epic up there, I almost thought he was a fishing biologist.
What an honor.
Well, he is.
I could tell just by the way he's talking.
That's right.
See,
J-Dog, you
up there
have a
today.
wife. Put her in your show.
Huh?
J-Dog
see him
said he needs a show. J-Dog and somebody who's in.
J-Dog and Tara.
I see you messed
Yeah.
up there today, Stan. You don't have the little ones out there to help you fish.
Yeah.
It's a school night.
Yeah, that's why he should have went out earlier today.
That's why he's not catching anything.
Yeah.
Hey, Wandering Fisherman.
Yeah, we
Big
were.
Mike, Avid told me that you guys didn't bite, and I told him I'd bite back.
I was trying to ignore that statement that scrolled through there.
Josh, the one that I have, the signal booster that I have, was around $100, maybe a little bit more. But I saved up for it since I moved here. I knew I was going to have one.
And I'm scrolling back through chat here, and yes, catfish regulators. He is the one that instigated that. It's a funny story behind it, actually, because I was in bed just, listening to live chat and whatnot, same normal thing you do every night. And the other lives went off the air, and I got the message. And a couple people messaged and whatnot, but Aaron's like something about, hey, how about doing a live? Or you got time for a live unless you're tired or something like that. Well, I thought he was doing it. So I'm like, yeah, give me a couple minutes, send me the link, I'll go up with you. He's like, no, I'm at work. I wanted you to do the live.
Oh, there's some nice backgrounds there, Kevin. You can,
JVT, if I can be on a live show like this, you can do it too.
oh, he can. You just gotta look at the screen and see that because on live you can have guests up there too. Right now I can have up to 10 people on here if I wanted.
I
Yeah,
didn't know you could have that many.
Yeah, because
Okay,
I'm upgraded.
here's the trick. If you get nervous and you can't think of what to say, all you got to do is the little buttons down on the bottom
Mhm.
where it says Cam and Mike. You say, "Oh, my dog! I hear something. I'll be right back."
Oh, please
That
don't
works.
do that, Katie. Don't-
And there you go.
Take
And then
over, Evan. I'll be back.
I'll be right back. You take a couple minutes and you come back in. Then you think, by then you've thought of what you're going to say, and but just be yourself. You're going to do awesome.
Well, you can come up here too, Becca, if you want.
Yeah, sure.
So what's some of the type of questions you think you're going to ask people?
Katie,
Evan.
he's talking to you.
I thought he was talking to you.
This is the practice run. This is the
Hey,
practice
this is
run.
practice run for you.
I'm just trying to give trying to get you can get all those little mistakes out of the way before the big show happens.
Well,
Okay.
you fish the James River, right?
Yes, I do.
And what's your favorite bait?
Well, it depends on the time of year, but majority of the time here in the James, it's gizzard shad because that's what's here 100% of the time. It's hard to beat in this area in the mid-Atlantic states here, Virginia. You see Elston and oh my God, DMV.
DMV.
Would it be? They use eel.
Yeah.
Eel is always a good bait. In the springtime here in the James, there's a shad run, and it's hickory shad and American shad run up the James River. Well, the hickory shad, it's sort of like what a lot of the rest of the country has, where they say skipjack,
Hmm.
where you can actually fish for them with little spoons and darts and whatnot. That comes in into March, April, and maybe up into May. And the hickory shad here on the James you can keep. That right there is during that time of the year when they're running up. That tends to be their favorite food source because it's here for that short period of time, and it is like it's like candy to them. They just the big cats love the hickory shad. So at that time of year, then it's hickory shad, and
Right.
also then in the spring and summer, the white perch are up here. So that's a hard bait to use. That's a hard bait to beat also.
Right.
This is another
What
one.
are the best bank rods?
The
Big
beach
Mike wants
sticks,
to
I
know.
would say, the Akuma, surf rods.
I like the Akuma Long Tundras.
Yeah. Longitude's a good one, too.
Hi, Daniel.
The best bank rods are whatever rod you can afford to go out there and fish with.
Right.
But that's again,
That'd be my
Again, that's
catfishes and my Akuma Tundras.
that's it depends on where you're fishing also. Like if you're fishing from bank where it's a lot of open bank, those
Hmm.
big surf rods, the 10-foot, even up to 12-foot, they're hard to beat because you can cast, you can get a lot of power from the bank with them. But if you're fishing a lot of bank where there's like trees and things like that, then you go down to your shorter 7-foot or your 8-foot. Like here on the James, a lot of our bank fishing, as a lot of you have seen, we fished around a lot of trees and stuff. So my favorite is an 8-foot ugly stick catfish. Then they're the white rods. So in my opinion, the white rods, you can see them better color than anything else. So
Right.
that's why that's my favorite. And for the price point of that, $40
Can't beat it.
for a rod that, it's not going to let you down.
Unless your name's Avid Fisherman, then you go with the 13-footers and bigger.
I can't imagine.
Actually, my tallest heavy action bank rod is 18 foot.
Haslife's got the answer there. Boom cannon, shoot the bait out there.
Yeah, that would be
Hey,
cool.
I'm working on an air cannon for that.
I actually thought about one of those potato cannons one time. Fix
Yeah,
it for those pool noodle bobbers, and then that way you could get you a live bluegie on there, no weight, and just shoot it out there as far as you could get it with one of those.
Would you get out of my mind? I'm working on that one.
Hey, Dobson.
I think
Thanks
Abbott
for
with that
joining in.
18-foot rod, he's trying to outdo Catfish Dave with that 6 mile cast.
That's easy to do with 30-pound braid.
20-foot
30-pound braid.
PVC. That would work, Kevin.
Oh, guess we got another special guest up here.
All right. Hey.
There
Hey,
she is.
Katie.
Hey.
I'm just up here for support.
Okay. I need all the support I can get.
So how you been doing, Becca?
Let's just skip that part.
We got you in our thoughts and prayers, girl.
Rebecca, we'll skip that part. We're just glad that you're back here talking with us all. We missed you.
Yeah, we have
Right.
been.
Exactly.
So we're gonna go from there and move forward. We're all gonna stop asking you that. We know that we love y'all, and so we're gonna look forward from now on out. And just glad you're talking with us now.
Thank
We're
y'all.
getting lots of prayers.
Thank y'all.
You're welcome.
Catfish regulators. My PB fish was a blue cat, and I've never caught any big ones. It was 12 pounds, and I would love to hook into a big one.
JB,
And when I do, I may pass out.
JB, did you just say if you beat them, you'd take a polar bear plunge?
That's what he said.
I want to see that on video.
Yeah, you better video
Hey.
it.
Good night, Mad Catter.
I see you Sunday night, Mad Catter.
Palmetto, I drool at every big fish you catch. Those are big fish to me that you catch all the time.
I thought I seen Willie Dobson come in.
He
Willie's
was there
in
for
here.
a minute. Yeah.
Came in.
I hear you, Katie. Sometimes, the ones that are just arm's length are big to me.
Yes, me too.
Arms length are nice eater size. They got some good meat on them.
Well, I like to
Right.
eat.
In my
That's why I got this.
in my opinion, big fish. That's relative to what did you say your PB is, Katie?
12-pound blue.
12-pound blue.
Uh-huh.
So a 15-pound blue would be a monster to you. A 20-pound is going to be a monster.
Yes.
If the waters that you're fishing in, if that's what the big ones are there, that's what you got to be happy with, and you fish for those. And
Right.
that's what that's what every person. To me, big is a relative thing because you can go to different bodies of water, and it's going to be different everywhere. And even in the same bodies of water, people fish differently. They use different tactics, and somebody that's doing certain things from the bank, even here in the James, a 15-pound may be a big one for that person. So,
Right.
that's just the way I look at it anyhow.
Well, you got to get it in gear there, Stan.
Yeah.
Tiny Smith is going to get that 80-pounder before you.
Well, God bless. I hope they do. That's my whole plan.
I like that. Go big or go home.
Good night, Josh.
Regulating Zach and backup she can draw.
Shoot, and when I was fishing out of my swimming pool, they can only get so big, and I was still excited.
That would be me.
Yeah.
We did. We turned our swimming pool in when I was growing up. We got done swimming and everything, and so we just let it, we let all the chlorine come out and stuff, and we just turned it into a fish tank.
Shoot,
And
that
I'd
would be
go and-
awesome.
Yeah, I'd go and catch crappie and stuff like that, and then we come home, throw them in the swimming pool. You'd think they would get wise and quit biting, but
No.
No.
In a couple of days, they get hungry and they'll start biting again.
exactly.
Once
Good
that
night,
wound heals
Jason.
up in their mouth after a couple of days,
Josh.
they'll start eating again.
Good night, Josh. Kevin,
my-
I may just take you up on that. You better be careful saying stuff like that. I'll be right down there and calling you and saying, "Hey, I'm here. Where you at?"
my philosophy is honestly every fish that you can catch to put in your freezer is less. It's less than what you have to go buy at the grocery store.
Yes. I
Actually,
agree.
I don't buy any fish from the. I don't buy no fish from the grocery store. I get mine right out of the river and lake when I want it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Everything that you can take yourself, is just less than you have to go buy from the store.
Right. Oh, Kevin, I love you guys too. Thank you. Night, Creo. Oh,
I'd rather
Creo's
have
not
it
going to
fresh,
bed.
and you can't find crappie in no grocery store.
No, I've
I
never
tried,
seen it in one.
I try to keep my freezer full of fish because I'm type 2 diabetic, so fish is free for me.
Right.
I had fish before I got hammered with all this work, but as much fish as I love to eat, I went through it too quick. Only got one package of fish left, and that's halibut.
I don't
And you
think I've
kept
ever ate halibut.
and
It's
you just kept that for the halibut.
that is a lame joke, but it's funny.
Hey, Jesse.
But it is a good fish.
Yeah, oh, that's an awesome fish, and that at the store goes for. Whew, I think I saw it for what, $15 a pound or something like that the other day.
Good night, Eric.
The good thing is, I know some people that go up to Alaska and to fish for them, and they brought me some back.
Creo said dad jokes. Yeah, yeah. I'm grandpa stage now, so you gotta keep them up.
Yeah,
Hey
but
there, Mr. Jesse.
hey, Jesse, welcome, bud. For those of you that just came in, we do have a new co-host for Sunday nights. It is Catfish Katie Collins. It will be fishing from the bank with Avid and Katie. And Sunday night will be our first guest would be Mad Catters. So we're up here. We have some people up here to help give Katie some support and help her help her with asking questions.
26 watching, 28 thumbs up. Yay.
That's right. Let's try to get her to Katie 50 thumbs up on her first night out. That would be awesome.
Yeah,
If anybody
Oh,
hasn't
yeah.
hit it yet, if anybody hasn't hit it yet, please hit that thumbs up button for her.
yeah.
We want to see her. We want to see her smile. She's always smiling and hitting all of our thumbs up. So
Avid, Outdoors Addiction wants a cooking video.
What do you want me cooked? What do you want me to cook next, Jesse? You name it, and I'll cook it.
Yes, Georgia, bait is cheaper to buy than fish. You're right.
Actually, I don't buy bait for catfish.
I don't either. I dig up some worms, go catch my bait, and then go fish.
I go to the lake, catch my shad and bluegills in the cast net, put them level, and go fishing.
I hear you on that one, Katie, with all the cows and stuff. There are plenty of worms out there.
Yes. See, I live on a small farm myself. Grew up on one, so. Oh,
right
Jesse,
there
that's
with you.
sweet. You guys are going to make me blush. Everybody's saying I'm awesome.
see there, you're already doing it. You got
Yeah,
nothing to be nervous about at all.
That'd be easy one to do there, Jesse.
Fish tacos.
That'd be easy.
What was the one you did? You smoked catfish? Is that what you did, Avid?
I'm working on a recipe to smoke catfish. I did smoked salmon.
That's
I
right.
did smoked trout. I'm working on a brine for to smoke catfish. So that one's gonna be the next one.
Dan, have you caught me a fish yet?
Who?
No, not yet tonight.
Oh,
He's
man.
working on it.
Yep. Matter
As
of fact,
my mom would say, you're not holding your mouth right.
yeah. Well, that's another. Speaking of that, the problem is it's cold out here tonight, and I haven't been keeping the. Have y'all heard that joke about there was and it's appropriate for like the ice fishermen especially. There's this guy out there on the ice, and he's catching fish after fish after fish. This other guy's standing, he's fishing down the lake from him a little bit, and he's not getting a single bite. So he goes up to the guy that's catching fish after fish, and he's like, "How are you catching so many fish? What's the secret?" The guy goes, Guy's like, "What?" He's like, "Hate warm." Guy's like, "What? I don't understand." The guy goes, "Phew, you got to keep your worms warm."
Not me, nope.
Oh.
But yep, so I don't got the shad in my mouth keeping it warm, so that's why we're not getting any bites yet tonight.
I see.
Hey, Creole, send me that recipe, would you?
For what? I missed it.
The maquet.
Oh,
maquet,
okay. Yeah, I see it now. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I see it.
I know maquet show. I think it is. I think I butchered the last part, but I haven't pronounced it in years.
Right.
I had it 4 or 5 times when I was in Louisiana, but I'm trying to get that recipe.
What recipe were you trying to get?
The one Tex Mullen is talking about. Tex.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I
I
can't
had
say
to
it.
let the dogs outside.
Oh, that's okay.
Maquet show.
See, I want to do more cooking stuff too. But the only thing though is, with doing my folks' estate right now. I mean, this kitchen's so screwed up right now because I've got stuff everywhere. From packing and going through and paperwork. I mean, there's literally stuff everywhere, and then to add on to that, I'm doing the carnivore diet right now, so everything that I cook has no carbohydrates in it. So I don't know if anybody be interested in seeing a lot of dishes that really don't have, no carbohydrates.
You'd be surprised because, like, I'm diabetic. That's what we're supposed to eat. So
Yeah,
you would be
because
surprised.
tonight I fixed me some salmon with a chunky Crawdaddy carbonara sauce.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it really was, and it has no carbohydrates.
See, Kevin said he would like it. Hey, Half Crazy.
Yes, he is.
Jesse, yes, he is fishing. He hasn't caught anything yet, but he is fishing. Ooh, I can't talk. It's called mock shoe, Avid.
Yeah, I know I messed up the last part.
Well, I'm actually more sitting out here catfish wishing instead of fishing. I'm just wishing something would bite, but
Well, if there would have been that thin layer of ice wouldn't have been on the lake this morning, I know I'd have caught some crappie and bluegill. I just couldn't get to the beds because thin ice was on top of them.
I told you to throw on a giant weight on the end of your line and bust the ice.
Yeah, but monofilament don't do well on ice.
That's why you should use braid.
I could have thrown an 8-ounce weight out and really made a mess of it.
Yep. You might have scared off all the fish, but you broke the ice.
Well, I already hit one duck this morning.
Oh, wow.
I wasn't trying to. I was just getting practice cast on the low-profile bait caster, and first cast out, 70 yards out, I hit a duck right in the back of the head with a 4-ounce weight.
Wow.
oh my goodness.
Didn't kill him, but boy, he took off. He was kind of pissed. He was not a happy duck.
Becca, that bacon wrapped quail looked amazing.
That that was good.
Oh, it was good. I'm telling you, my tummy was a happy tummy.
Oh, I bet.
It was.
It looked
And I like
awesome.
when I have a happy tummy.
Me too.
I almost thought I was going to have a duck for dinner tonight. Until
Yeah, I
it
would have
was off.
taken a duck.
So would I, but wasn't expecting to hit a duck upside the back of the head either. I was just getting.
Jesse, I don't like
some-
mono either.
Oh, you're welcome, Mr. Steve.
Oh my
Half
gosh.
crazy.
All these non-mono people here. I
never
love
did
my
like
Fish
it.
boil is good, Creole.
I
I
love
knew-
my Berkeley big game line.
I don't like it because it's too thick.
I knew what you meant, half crazy. I just hope everything's all the right stuff.
Chirp, 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 chirp.
Oh, I'd
Where's
love
my
to see that
bucket list
crawdaddy
of
boil.
fish?
Katie, where's your bucket list at to fish?
Anywhere where there's a monster fish. I don't know.
Well, don't think we have to
I don't
judge-
know really.
That's everywhere.
I know.
Well, I got a
I don't
question.
really have a bucket list place
That's
to fish.
Louisiana, Alabama, South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois.
You gonna name them all off?
Well, you asked for this monster fish show.
I got a question for you, Katie and Evan. Your show,
Okay.
Fishing from the Bank with Evan and Katie. Obviously, it's a lot. It's going to be, promoting a lot of bank fishing and fishermen and women. What's the show going to do? Like, are you going to try to have a guest every week, or
We,
what kind of plans do you have?
we're planning on having a guest every week, whether it's a new YouTuber or someone that's been here for a while, to where we can get people to get to know them, put a face to the name, stuff like that. Wouldn't you agree, Katie?
Yes, I would. Jesse, that's exactly why I don't like mono. Has too much memory to it.
It's basically helping people grow and get their channels up out there and get them growing and getting them out in the YouTube catfish family. Is the
Well,
goal.
That is awesome.
Yes, they want to keep that goal of bringing young people up into the YouTube and still getting them growing.
Right. Yeah, I
Yep,
would
that's
have never thought that I'd be up here doing a live on YouTube. I would have never dreamed it.
Hey, that's a lot better than doing a dead on YouTube.
You got me
I
there,
never would have
Becca.
guessed I'd have been up here live. You're right. It's a lot better than being up there dead. That's for sure.
True.
You got me.
We've had some
How
good.
good is that Andy Monster line, Kevin?
We have had some wild ones up here, Becca.
Yeah, wait till you do those that are like, 8 hours and
We've done some for almost 8 hours. The
Yeah,
that-
mine are always so short.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right, Stan.
I didn't
That
know. I
one
just,
the other night, man. I watched it until my eyes were just. I think I fell asleep through 10 minutes of it.
You can't help kept me awake all night.
I know.
shoot,
That's
I could talk for 96 hours straight.
Where were you Tuesday night?
Right.
I could.
I was
could,
taking care of some stuff.
Yeah, I could use your voice to help keep me awake.
So how did
That
you get
does.
started in catfishing and fishing in general, Katie?
Oh gosh, I was fishing when I was old enough to hold a fishing pole. Started out with one of them little Snoopy poles, and I was hooked. First little bluegill I caught, I wanted to go fishing all the time.
Who was your biggest like inspiration, or who did you look up to the most?
My mom, she's gone now. She's been gone for 7 years, but she loved to fish. She would get so excited when she caught one. It could be a little 6-inch one, and she was just tickled to death. And I love to go fishing with her. And I go
Yeah.
fishing with my brother now. He always went with us, and so we go together sometimes when he has time to go. It's fun. Most of the time I'm by myself though, and I enjoy that too.
Well,
That's cool.
Katie, I tell you, you've always got someone going fishing with you. Your mama's always with you. Then, if that's you got that memory in your head, so you've got a partner every time you go out fishing.
I
Oh yeah.
believe
So,
that.
Every time you go
oh,
fishing, she's there with you. You take her wherever you go. So
Right.
I've never used that Andy Monster Line Outdoors Addiction. That's what I was asking Kevin, was how good it was.
I got on that bait caster that Mad Catcher sent me. He sent it a fully spooled 30-pound Whisker Seeker line that is super thin but it's super strong. And it casts great. And it didn't even bird nest once.
It was supposed to, so you could send it to me, but it didn't.
Well, hey, you, you didn't jinx it.
I know I tried though.
I kept adjusting that down to where it wouldn't backlash.
I told him, guys, earlier today when he was fishing this morning, I said that if he backlashed the bait caster because he hates them, that he would have to send it to me. And he said, the reel or the rod? And I said, well, I want both. Well, he stopped using it and went back to a spin cast because I think he was afraid he was going to have to send it to
No.
me.
Hey, I've casted it 12 times and not once did it backlash.
Oh, it will eventually. All of them do.
The way I got it set up, it won't.
Thank you, Becca.
I just waiting to catch a bluegill to put on the hook and put it out there to see if we'd do it again.
Right.
I've got a question for you, Katie.
Okay.
This is an important thing for bank fishing people. When you get snagged, what technique do you use? Like, you go to reel it in and you're like, crap, I'm snagged. Is there a certain technique you use to try to get it undone?
Yeah, I'll let my line loose and walk down the bank, different direction, one direction. If it doesn't come loose, then I turn around and I go the other direction. 9 times out of 10, it'll come loose. You may have to walk a piece down, but 9 times out of 10, you can get it loose. And then if it don't, then I'm fishing with heavy braid, and whatever it is, I'm gonna try to pull it in.
Normally with braid in spider or not spider wire, but the Cajun line, if you hook something on the bottom and it moves, it's coming in.
Oh yeah.
Cajun line is good for pulling things up off the bottom, and that's a monofilament line.
I've pulled in logs
it'll
before.
do the same thing. Thank you for doing that, Becca.
You're quite welcome.
I don't have to worry about you sharing links. You're good at it. Stan, explain what you look for when you're fishing from a bank.
Well, what we look for, first of all, is when you're whatever area you fish in, find how many you want to have a mental list or even written down of all the different spots that you could possibly go to. Some are going to have more current, some are going to have less. Some are better at, we have the tidal river here, so sometimes there's certain spots that are better in high tide and some are in low tide, and you find that out by spending time on the water, which is kind of like we're out here tonight just doing that. We weren't really planning on catching anything or not, but we just wanted to try a spot out. And
Good night, Kevin. Thank you so much for everything.
Thank you, Kevin.
I'm
Even
pretty
with
excited about the
sunning
show
up assembly,
too.
so that's first of all, and then especially in like wintertime, you look for water temperatures, things that could affect the water temperature. If you got a spot that's where you're able to fish where there's warmer water coming in, maybe from like a shallower creek coming into the river or into a lake. We like to fish a lot of current breaks where you can find sort of like a current seam.
Like a swirl kind of in the water.
Yeah, something like that. But if you fish waters, you can see a lot of times you'll see where the main
where the calm water and the current meet.
Water eddies.
kind of right at that
Right.
edge of that where there's still, because catfish still do like that moving water, and they like current, but where you have other areas close to it. Depth is another one. You
Right.
look for certain holes where it's a deeper hole, but then it also comes up. You'll have a ledge, and you'll have flats up off the ledge, because a lot of times as the water will warm up and whatnot, they'll like to come up out of the holes and up into the shallows to feed.
Call from wireless caller. Call from wireless caller.
Stan 3 looks for, he does a lot. I'm primarily in the shore now, but he still does a lot of kayak fishing and things like that. So even what he likes to look for is like the downside down river of a point, down current of a point. Because that'll kind of it'll break up the current a little bit. Plus the way that it kind of the bait comes right in there, and a lot of times you'll have big fish holding right in those the down current from the point. Changes in depth. There's so many things. You got rocks, depending on what river you're fishing in. You got piles of rocks, which will, like you were talking about before, where it gets that kind of, you can actually see where you'll be rushing water around both sides of it. And you can see where that creates kind of like that back eddy right behind it.
Right.
All right.
Anytime that you get a spot where there's other water, like if you're fishing a lake or a river or whatever, and you get different creeks or another body of water coming into that kind of creates a point right there. So you've got two bodies of water coming together. That's always
Right.
a good spot.
Exactly.
Myself,
I agree with that one.
Myself, I look for four main spots. I look for the rocky areas, muddy flats, cutout corners on a bank where the river curves, and submerged logs. The river corners and the submerged logs are my two favorite spots.
Okay, Stan. Here's another one for you. Since you fish the James River and you have a high tide and low tide, how well does that affect your catfishing?
What does it?
The high tide and low tide, how does that affect your catfishing?
Well, you got, like I said, some spots, you got to know the different, know your different spots, and you got to have more spots available. So my favorite one, what I like to do is I like fishing incoming tide. What you want to stay away from when it's a slack, where it's the very bottom of the tide and the very top high tide, the water's just not moving that much. Everything's calmed down. You don't get a lot of movement, even in the river where it'll have current, but it's just that's the slackest part of it. But
Mm-hmm.
as that water's coming in, to me, that's bringing fresh bait up. It affects the other smaller organisms first. They start feeding, and then of course, it's an instinctual thing where the bigger fish see the smaller fish start eating, and then it just triggers them to eat. But some holes will only be good as the water depth comes in. It'll bring fish in closer to shore. And obviously as it goes out, it'll move them out a little bit from shore. So there's when you're fishing tidal waters, it's constantly, that body of water is constantly changing because the water depth is constantly changing, except for the very high tide and the very low tide. So after you spend some time on each particular spot and each particular in that body of water, you'll find out which ones. After a while, you'll see, okay, this spot here is I catch more fish on an incoming tide here, and then once it flips over to the high tide, I don't really get that many more bites. So that's why I say you want to try to get as many spots as you can, because if you're banked, the whole thing with bank fishing is finding public spot.
Right.
Feel free to jump in and ask questions, Katie.
Hi, Kathmandu. Well, I want to know, do you prefer to keep your bait on the bottom, or do you use like the Santee rig and keep it, up a little bit, elevated?
Stan 3 just answered that question. I don't know if you heard him. He was in the background.
Oh, I couldn't hear him.
What he likes to do is when he first gets to a spot, because you're not sure, the fish are going to tell you what they want. So we do a variety. Like we'll have some real close right on the bottom with no float on it at all. We'll put floats or rattles on some other ones to lift it up a little bit. So we do a whole buffet, and we're lucky here in Virginia that there's no limit on rods. So like tonight, I think we had 7 or 8 rods out, and the fish told us here that they just weren't hungry in this spot. But
I've been getting out a lot lately.
you got a couple rods out, and you got one where it's right on the bottom, and you got another one that's suspended up a little bit. Well, the one that's suspended is getting all the hits. Boom, you switch your other one over. We'll do the same thing with what bait we're using. We'll have we'll try to bring as much different bait as we can with us, and the fish will usually tell you what they want to eat that day.
I don't even know if eel is legal here, but I've never heard of using it as a bait until I watched Chunky's feed.
Another thing to look for with the if you've got a bottom that has a lot of like that real kind of seaweedy where the bait would get buried and hidden in there,
Right.
that's a really good spot to suspend it, to get it right just up above it so that it's easier for the fish to find.
Right.
That's another good time for suspended. Usually in the colder months, the colder water, that's another thing, is to look at the catfish that you catch themselves, because a lot of times in that cold water they'll get it down there and just kind of get they called it buried in the mud, but like Epic was talking about the other night, they technically don't go down there and dig a hole and bury themselves, but they'll get their belly down right in that mud, and I was doing the whole pretending like I was the catfish with a little shovel digging out a hole, but
Right.
you'll be able to see the mud. You'll see the literally mud up on the sides of the fish, and When you see that, that means that they are right down there on the bottom.
Right.
I've kind of found
Most
that
of
in
my
every
spots,
state, it varies from state to state on what's a good bait for different ones. Like here in Wisconsin, we can have 3 rods, and I normally use liver, chicken chunks, and bluegill. But on my 3 rods, I'll have 2 flat on the bottom and 1 with the peg float. And it seems like the ones on the bottom get hit the best.
right. Most of the spots close to home here that I fish are rocky bottom, because I'm down here close to a boat dock, and most of them got, big rocky bottoms. And I
But then
don't have any really deep places to fish.
it's
Not
like up here
not
where I'm
around
at,
here close.
we don't even have the blue cats up here yet. In
Really.
our local area, we got the channels and the flatheads, but
Ain't really had no luck with bluegill. Just
Oh, if he's locking dam, just going to keep a lot of the blues away from getting up there.
yeah,
The bluegill is out here, just not really. Ain't really ever had no luck. Yeah. And Stan 3 just brought up another good point, speaking of the baits and stuff like that. And kind of along the lines of what Ace was saying is that depending on, different baits do work different in different spots. Like there's bluegill here in the river, here in the James. But ourselves, we haven't really had much luck with bluegill at all, ever. But Art and 1 ton of them down, they're in the same state of Virginia, and they fish Lake Kerr. They have a lot of luck with bluegill. And, same state, same fish, not that far apart, but it just depends. I don't know what the difference is. There's bluegill, like I said, there's bluegill here in the James, but from what we've found, we haven't had much luck with bluegill at all. And that's up here, the upper part of the James here.
here where we're at, if we use live bluegill, it seems like the flatheads just hate them. All they want to do is kill them.
Well, down here, the flatheads eat them up like candy.
Now,
Then
see,
again, the flathead.
we've caught more flatheads on fresh cut bait than we have on live bait. Even with the white perch we've found to be excellent for flathead. But we've had better luck once they're already dead. Stan 3 makes a flapper out of them, kind of fillets the one side off, so it gives it more dance in the water. But that could be because we fish the James with a lot of current, so that's actually making that fish move around a little more.
Yeah.
And as long as it's fresh cut bait, like fresh cut shad or the white perch, that's where we've caught more of our flatheads on. So that's another
What
thing.
are your guys' opinions on pinch floats with rattles? What's your opinion on the pinch float with rattles?
Pinch floats, rattles.
If you're in fast current water, the rattles seem to work pretty good for us bank fishermen because the current keeps them rattling. But most of the time, we don't have a lot of current, so I don't see that the rattles do any good. I love the pinch floats.
I do the pinch floats with rattles with live baits when there's no current, because live baits is struggling enough to make that thing rattle.
But they were talking about mine here a little while ago in the chat. I actually found the 1 pound spools of the Suffolk 30 pound mono on Amazon for $18.50 a roll. So,
And how many yards is that? That has to be over 1,000 yards.
1,595 yards.
295 yards.
1,500, I think. Oh,
1,795.
1,700.
Oh, okay.
Like I say, it was $18.50 a roll, so I grabbed a couple of rolls.
So do you guys fish backwater very much? Does it get very,
I pretty much always fish backwaters. I'm up in the Eau Claire area, so we fish the Eau Claire River and the Chippewa River.
right?
I do the Kaskaskia, I do the Mississippi, I do Illinois. I do a lot of creek fishing that's deep enough, wide enough to hold the big cats.
Right.
Yeah, here in the James, I like we fish the main river, and we like fishing the current. Like I said, we like fishing the current and kind of fishing it right at the edge of where the main channel is, and kind of so you're getting a section of both.
And I fish the Mississippi too, but in 3 different spots. I fish Winona, La Crosse, and Trempealeau.
Hey,
The
JP,
section where we fish up here, it seems to be about the 20-foot mark. That seems to be about the magic number up here where we normally fish at, but you go downriver some and that changes, and you go upriver some and it changes. So, but anyways, we're going to be getting on out of here. We spent enough time just sitting out here in the cold, and
we'll go home, get warm, and if you get home, we'll probably still be on. So,
anytime fishing is a good time, whether you catch anything or not.
I totally agree. That's why
any fishing is better than any good day or bad day at work.
I was sitting out here in my chair, just enjoying the night air and talking with you all.
Yeah.
But even when you, like I said, even if you don't catch anything, we always try to learn something from that night. And the spot that we're in right now, it's just for the minor. It was a minor high tide. We had an incoming tide up to a minor high tide, which is the lower of the 2 high tides of the day. And it's just, this spot is not the spot for the incoming tide on the. So, this is a second or third time we've tried it here in that time period and haven't had any luck with it. So we always, every time we go out, we try to learn something, even if we don't catch any fish. Of course, and we have fun too. So
you're realizing your what you did, how you can make it better, what you can do to make your trip better. You're already going across what you've done, how what you can try next time to improve it.
Well, that's why I was saying to try to keep a list of your different spots, and then it's like a boat. A boat can go out and go. They can hit a spot here, hit spot there, boom. They can just change on the fly. Where if you're bank fishing, you got to try to pick for these conditions and these these water temperatures, the weather conditions, et cetera, the tide. This is the spot that this is the spot that I have the best luck in under those conditions, and I try to go to that spot.
Right. You just basically keep it in a logbook.
Yep. And then, that's how but it breaks down to spending time on the water to figure out what those spots are.
Right.
But we're going to be jumping out of here. Good to
Thank
see
you.
Rebecca, glad to be talking with you.
Yippers, I'll see you later.
I'm sure we will. Catfishing Katie Collins, the best name in YouTube. Congratulations. I wish you lots of success. Avid, keep it up. Great job. I think you couldn't have picked a better co-host to do the show with you. Katie's going to bring a lot to this show.
I that's what I thought when we were talking about a month or two ago. Because I seen potential. I still see it.
Yep, she's going to be amazing. So y'all have a good night. I'll probably talk to y'all in a little bit.
All right. Good night.
All right, good night, y'all.
Platform for her to take off on.
And Cleo,
exactly.
What you were
saying. Good night, y'all. See you soon.
I was actually looking for it, 40, but they didn't have it on the sale that day. They were out of it, so I wound up with the 30.
Becca, can you drop my link down for JP, please?
I sure can.
Thank you.
JP's
Catfish regulators, today is not my birthday, but thank you, and I will remember all my birthday wishes in July when it's actually my birthday.
I don't know who said dropped that. Oh, it's someone in Panfish Weekly that said it was your birthday, and I think it was Kevin.
I don't remember
It
who
was,
it was.
I think it was Chad, and I think he was saying since you won that whatever it was that they were giving away,
Yeah,
he
the
was kind of
stickers
like
and things.
saying happy birthday.
Right.
you won it.
I think so too, but I got a bunch of happy birthdays and I appreciate them anyways. So
As soon as he said that, that chat just went ballistic with happy birthdays.
oh yes, it is Tom's birthday, or was. I don't know what time it is. But yes, I remember that. I wished him happy birthday on Facebook.
So, Evan, how'd you do with your fishing there? I seen your video pop up, but I didn't get to watch all of it.
I had problems with a thin layer of ice, and I let me cast where I needed to get to the beds I wanted to for crappie. I went to 2 different locations, and the ice just wasn't cooperating. But it'll be melted in a couple of days, and I'll go back out there again.
Katie, mine's in July as well.
Is it? It's a good month for good people.
Actually, I think doesn't it mean we're feisty or something?
I think so.
July.
Plus, I have red hair, so I'm double feisty.
Saying I'm a strawberry blonde, so it's
Really?
kind of it's got a little bit.
Right. Yep.
I'm still fire.
Yeah,
Oh,
you've gone up. You've gone up 7 since this started, Katie.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
she's been
it's awesome.
posting your link. 7, got you up to 7 so far.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Well, my birthday's kind of obvious. I mean, it's in my title.
Oh, yours is the 15th?
Uh-huh.
Mine is too.
Is it really?
Yes, it is.
The same day.
Yep.
See, we know what our parents were
Perfect
doing.
day for awesome people.
Yeah,
Yes, we
I
do.
know what your parents are doing.
Yeah, we knew what our parents were doing 9 months before that.
That's right.
Oh.
And I think Steve Half Crazy said his is on the 12th.
I see that. That's pretty cool.
JP Slayer says he's a dark blonde.
Is that like a dirty blonde? Is that what they call it?
Basically a dishwater blonde.
The last, this past year, the 12th of July, Half Crazy had a smile from ear to ear. I had one of my rods go down. I passed it off to him, and he's up in his mid-60s, and he landed the first sturgeon ever in his life, an 85-pounder.
Wow.
Hello, you boy, Troy. So, what's your opinion on fishing for catfish through the ice, Ace?
I think it would be cool. I'm just waiting for the ice here to get thick enough so I feel gutsy enough to get out on it.
My only opinion is they have a 17-inch hole that you got to bring a fish through.
It's easy
What?
once you hook it.
Oh, we got a special guest in here for you tonight, Katie.
Once you hook that big fish, what you end
Hey!
up doing, you throw
What's going on?
holes next to your main hole so you can bring him up through.
Hey, how's
Hey,
my
Creel, welcome, bud.
how's my audio, Evan?
You're doing
Yeah.
good.
Good here.
I'm trying
You're
to
good.
do some new gear here.
I don't know. Keep saying something else.
Let's see. Hang on.
Kind of yodel or something.
Listen, 'cause
Sing us a song.
I'm testing a theory here, and I don't think it's working.
It's working. We hear you.
Yeah,
no,
you
yeah.
sound great.
You can hear me, but you see this headset?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those Bluetooth headsets, and apparently StreamYard does not like it because I'm not getting anything through it.
Oh.
Did you
No,
turn it
okay.
on?
No, it's on.
Okay, just
'Cause I
making
could-
sure.
Yeah, no, I know.
Well, you're talking through it, just not hearing through it, right?
I I'm not sure. I'm not hearing anything through it. No, and that was the
All right, what you need to do is go into your settings and set it to pick up the mic, the audio. Set the audio to your earbud.
Yeah, because I could hear everything in it before I jumped in the live stream. But the second I jumped in the live stream, it's like
cut off
to my phone.
It's something in the settings.
Audio. Oh wait, hang on a second here. Nope, it's not recognizing it in the. Hang on a second here. We're trying.
Are you on a phone or what? Oh, well, you got louder then.
Did I?
Yeah.
Yes. It's really, really clear now.
Okay, how about now? Did something change?
It's the same now. It's really clear. But can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear y'all through my phone, but
right
not through the
Bluetooth.
Maybe it needs to be set for calls and audio, maybe?
Yeah, I think it does. So how are you liking this, Katie?
It's pretty cool. I like it. I do.
Hey, Kevin.
I really didn't think that many people would be here. Hey, Kevin Baker.
A lot of people will be here. They like this. I've been told they like this setting.
Wrong button.
That's all right.
When I started, Katie, I was nervous as heck, I'll admit it. But then Avid jumped up there and Becca jumped up with me and, in some of my live streams. And so it went just easy after that.
Right. Yeah.
Right, Creole?
It's no big deal. Like I said, I know the first time I ever went live for anything was on Mark's show for Catfish and Crappie about, I don't know, a day or two before I did the couples tournament. And I was a nervous wreck.
Right.
In fact, I was so nervous that I didn't remember anything I said. I had to go back and watch the live just to see what I said. But yeah, it's easy after a while. It ain't nothing to it.
No, just basically just talking with people like video chatting.
Yeah, well, like you said, you talk to people and you kind of, you even though you don't meet them, you get to know them, and it feels like you're just talking to a bunch of buddies. And
that's what I said. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like you guys are neighbors instead of, states apart.
Right.
Exactly.
Hey, Skin and Scales.
I think she'd make a good co-host, don't you, Creole?
Oh, sure. I mean, and look.
Later, Kathmandu.
She's been in chat with us on all these other streams for long enough. She knows all of us, knows all the inside jokes, knows,
right.
Been around plenty long enough. She knows what's going on. Oh, yeah, she'll jump right in.
The reason why I wanted the female co-host, because I wanted the female side of the catfishing, the insights to it.
Yeah, exactly. And I think y'all are right that I don't know of any other females hosting or co-hosting anything on YouTube. Not in the catfishing community. I'll say that. I don't know of any.
I wanted this because I wanted to join both the men's side of the catfishing and the women's side of the catfishing, and also to promote the smaller channels to grow and to get them out there and put the faces to the names, as well as have some other ones come in that's been around a while to help share.
Yeah. So that way you get somebody on, especially some of the newer guys. We see their channel names in chat, but we don't know who they are. And then you finally get them live and like, oh wait, that's what that guy looks like. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And you remember Richard Ward, right?
Yes.
His new channel name is Mad Catters, and he's going to be on Sunday night.
Oh, that's who Mad Catters is.
He's going to be our first live under this new name, Fishing from the Bank with Avid and Katie. He's going to be our first guest Sunday night.
Okay, yes, I didn't realize that's who that was.
That's who that is.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I happen to be outside. It is pouring down rain at home right now, and even though it's late because it's raining, I ain't working tomorrow. So I was outside kind of, looking over my boat, make sure everything is ready to go. Because Saturday morning, we go and get it.
Thanks for your tips with helping me set up the bait caster too.
Look, man, it's like I didn't know if I was a genius or insane to try to teach my wife live.
Well,
Luckily, it went very well.
I thought you were brave. That's what I
between
thought.
you and Mad Catters, you helped me get this Shakespeare low profile bait caster set up to where I can cast it.
Yeah.
Without putting my thumb on the spool and not bird nesting it.
Yeah. Now, me personally, I've been throwing a bait caster for, Lord, 25, 30 years. I run my brake on my drum very loose because I just like to control it with my thumb. That's just me.
That's what I do.
But when I taught her the way my dad taught me. How to set it up, how to set the drum, how to keep you out of trouble. Then
Right.
later on, once you get really good, like me, I run mine. I'm not going to say all the way loose, but it's pretty close.
I've got a question for you, Cleo.
What's that?
Did you ever cook that dinner with the candlelight and the wine and everything for your wife for winning you that set of lights for your boat?
She lit a scented candle on the bar later on.
Hey, Becca, do you have Mad Catter's link?
Say that again.
Mad Catter's link?
I think so. I think I got it.
How long would it take me to drive to Kerr Lake? What state is that in? No, I'm serious. I don't know where that's at.
I don't either. That's why I left.
I don't remember where Kerr Lake is.
Isn't Kerr Lake somewhere around Virginia or something like that? Because if that's the case, that's
That's
14 hours.
Virginia. That's where
that's 14.
that's over there where 1 Ton Club is, 2 Stands, fishing. That's North Carolina, Virginia border.
Yeah, that's it. Because we were talking the other night when Patriot was talking about his tournament that he's doing over there on Lake Wiley, and that's 12 hours for me. That is a 12-hour drive, and I'm trying to put some stuff in place, maybe to where I can go. It's 50-50 right now, but I'm trying to do some stuff where I can go.
Yeah, Creel, Becca, she just posted Mad Catter's link.
Okay. I'm pretty. I know I'm sub to Mad Catters. I just didn't realize that's who it was.
He showed me his new logo.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome.
Really?
You'll love his logo when he brings it out.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely got to see that.
I think I can send it. I think I can send it to you.
So you're gonna make it up to Lake Mendota, Cleo?
To start some stuff on your first show. Let me see if I can do this without hanging up on y'all. Oh, nope. That ain't what I wanted. Hang on a second. Hang on. Give me just a second.
Kerr Lake's a home of the 1 Tons. Oh, cool. You learned how to flip the phone around.
I'm getting good at this, Avid.
Practice makes perfect.
Yeah, until you screw it up.
You'll learn how to do that with your phone too, Katie.
See, I'm gonna start some stuff on a bank fishing live show. I'm gonna show off my boat.
That's cool.
That'll work.
But that's the thing. This thing, most people don't realize how big this boat actually is. But it's 21 feet long, and it's 100 inches wide at the gunnels.
Wow.
That baby.
Yeah, that's the type of boat I want to fish in, a big one.
The other one's like 5 feet wide.
It's a 72-inch bottom.
Wow.
It's 72 inches wide in the bottom, but it's got 22-inch tall sides that have a big angle on them. But from gunnel to gunnel, she's 100 inches wide. She's wider than my truck.
Wow.
I could park my truck inside of this boat.
I bet you could. If your truck didn't flatten the boat.
Oh yeah, and I got all my stuff set. Let me see. Let me switch my like I said, I'm gonna start some mess on a bank fishing show. You know me.
I'm still thinking about doing a bank fisherman's tournament.
Hey, why
I
not?
think it would be cool.
Now look, I can fish off the bank too. Now just because I ain't got a video doing it, don't mean I can't.
Yeah, but hey, the only thing is you can use your boat to get to the spot, but you cannot use your boat to cast or to
Fish.
find the fish.
Oh, you don't.
Right.
Oh no, you better not tell me that. Then you ain't got a chance if that's the case.
No, you can't use your boat to cast or catch a fish or to land it. You
But
have to be on the bank all the
But I
time.
can use my boat to get to the bank spot.
Right.
Oh, that's your ass then.
Huh?
Yeah, you're,
Bring that boat up to the Chippewa River. I'll guarantee I'll be casting 6-ounce leads at it so I can go out fishing with you.
you. And look, I've told people that so many times that we're one in our area that does this. I'm telling you, nobody trophy catfishes around here. I still get funny looks when I tell people what I do.
You coming up to Lake Mendota?
Oh no, that's way too far for me, brother. Lord, wait. One, it's too far. Two, it's too cold. That ain't happening.
It ain't that cold in May on meet and greet.
Doesn't matter. Look, I'm telling you, we are a tropical people. Okay. Look, my idea of ice fishing is trying to find the last beer in the bottom of the ice chest. That's just I get to ice fishing. Okay.
Well, it's nice out right now. It's 10 above.
What?
Ah.
Dude, look, I'm out here. I'm in a t-shirt. It's 65 degrees right now. And I could put on a long sleeve shirt. I'm almost cold.
Oh my gosh.
I'm serious.
I'd be in heaven at 65 degrees.
It was
I'd love it at 65 degrees.
at,
Yeah.
Shoot, I
at
freeze
1
at
o'clock.
65 degrees.
Oh yeah. At 1 o'clock this afternoon in New Orleans, it was 74 degrees. Where
Wow.
I was standing.
It's 42 right here.
Nope, I'm good.
So how close are you to New Orleans?
I am 161 miles north of New Orleans.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I well, for now, I work in New Orleans, but I live much further north.
Well,
Right.
one ton, we haven't got that figured out yet. All the rules and all that yet. Something I talked to Creole a while back. We haven't really figured out everything, all the details and all that.
Oh yeah.
Right.
I mean, I'll look. Y'all know me. There is no challenge that I'm not going to involve myself in some kind of way. I don't
Right.
nothing. I don't care what it is because I have no problem getting my butt kicked.
All right, Skin and Scales, have a good night.
Yeah.
I'm
Good
waiting
night.
for Katie to bring out some videos this summer fishing off the bank.
Well, I'm gonna try.
I want to see you out fishing avid.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
I'm going to be out fishing more this year. I can't wait to see Katie out there fishing.
Oh, look, you gotta look. You just got to go. You know,
Right.
I told myself for almost 10 years that I was too busy to go. Too much.
Oh, I go. It's just catching a fish to put on a video.
Me,
Takes a while.
when I first started this channel, which I got to redo my intro, is I said I will not edit a video. I'm going to keep it real. It's fishing.
Yep.
If I catch a fish, it's going to be in the video.
Yeah.
It's going to be real life videos of fishing, whether I catch them or not.
Yeah.
Right.
That's exactly the way I look at it too, Avid. I catch them. That's cool because I'll have fish in the video. If I don't catch them, then it just wasn't my day.
Exactly.
I got to edit out all the bad words.
Me, I don't. I leave them in there.
No, don't leave mine in there.
I do.
That. course,
Especially,
French, nobody would know what the hell they are anyway.
hey, my cuss words, you'll know what they are, but
Nobody. And Google Translate does not work on the language I speak. It does not work. It won't do you any good. And people do that all the time with me in chat. They'll go in Google Translate and type whatever in actual French and then put it in the chat. And I'm looking at it like, what? Like,
Hey, quit talking about me.
No, Becky, you get it close. You get it pretty close. But there's some others, I don't even know what they're typing in Google Translate. It don't make any sense.
Dude, I put somebody commented on one of my videos. I think it was in Arabic. So I replied to them in Arabic and hope I did it right.
Yeah,
Avid, you see what your boy Troy said?
yeah, I seen what he said.
Outdoors Addiction wants to know how we get rid of the dark circles under our eyes. He's starting to look possessed.
Cucumbers, sliced cucumber.
I was gonna say what dark circles.
That's what I was thinking.
If somebody's looking at Avid and that's the first thing they notice, I don't know. I don't know what to tell them. Sorry, Avid.
Hey,
Is Jesse trying to tell us something?
that's part of being
Maybe so, Becca.
real.
How hard do you have to be concentrating on him to pick up on that?
I have no freaking clue how they had to do that. Unless you're looking at my patient through a magnifying glass.
Yeah, I know, right?
I mean, the first thing I noticed about Avid is that stupid fish tank behind him that always makes me have to go pee.
Me too. He needs to put some water in that thing.
It's going to a filtration cycle, so I can't.
Oh.
I can't add water to it until it's done.
Yeah, okay, hang on a second, Becca. The fish tank's the first thing you notice?
Yeah, because it makes me have to go pee.
Not the Wolverine hanging from his face.
No.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
No, because I'm used to hunting things, so I don't care about that.
You know how to get used to that, don't you, Becca?
Get used to what? Hunting?
No, the fish tank in the background.
Blow it up?
No, just leave your faucet running.
You got a what?
Leave the faucet running.
Are you gonna pay my water bill?
Right, that's what I was thinking.
But then you get used to that water noise.
But I ain't gonna do that. It's raining here. I can hear it outside.
Yeah, I know. Y'all can probably hear it under my metal roof too right now.
I can hear a pitter pat up there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's
Aww.
it's kind of loud under the roof. It's funny y'all can't hear it more than that.
Mr. Avid said pitter patter.
Yeah, pitter patter.
Wasn't that sweet?
Metal roof.
That just didn't sound right.
You're doing that big old burly beard thing with Avid, and he's sitting over there going pitter patter.
Yeah, I don't care what I say. I know what I mean.
Look,
Can you guys see that huge box behind me?
yeah.
Yes.
One laying on the floor.
What do you think came in that?
Well, it's an Amazon box.
What?
Box. I don't know.
Probably a reel.
That Becca sent.
Probably
No.
a reel.
It's not Patriot Patty, is it? Yo,
Patriot James sent you Patriot Patty.
yeah.
3 Luire rods.
There we
Just
go.
3 fishing rods
Nice.
in that big box.
Really? That's a
Yeah.
waste.
They must have padded them really well in there.
I guess.
No, they had a couple of pieces of paper wrapped around the 3 of them, and that was it.
So, Korea, what's your
Those are
all-time
nice.
bucket list to try and fish?
Ooh. I'll be honest. I don't want to disappoint anybody, but all of my bucket list stuff to fish lives in the state I live in. Just, I'd love to go offshore in the Gulf, but far offshore, and go catch yellowfin tuna, tarpon, things like that. We have gone off and caught this was 20 years ago, but went catch like a red snapper off the oil rig, specs, things like that. I mean, to be honest, my bucket list is to start catching the size of fish that I know lives in the river we already fish in. It's just that's kind of my bucket list, is to make ourselves better to where we can start catching those really, really big fish. I know what's in there. I've seen them years and years back when we used to snag for catfish. We used to catch them. I've caught catfish way bigger snagging than what I ever have on film. So I know they're in there.
Did you turn your phone, Katie?
Katie flipped her phone and froze up.
Uh-oh.
Flip your phone back up right.
Put the phone back. Yeah.
Hold on, I'll get her.
Yeah, my bucket list fish that I want to catch is a grouper.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that would be a blast to hook into one.
She said she'd be right back.
All right.
I don't know if I really have a bucket list. As long as I'm having fun, that's in my bucket list.
What do you think about giant grouper?
What do I think?
Yeah,
Look, I'm a big fish nut. If it's really big and pulls the heck out of a rod, I want to catch one. And I've seen those shows on TV catching those Goliath grouper. Yeah, that's a ton of fun.
These Goliath groupers are almost 2,300 pounds, the size of a small Volkswagen.
I could go for that.
I like that 500 pounder they caught on that dock.
And hey, they've been known to come up into that river up into Louisiana out of the ocean.
What do you mean they're the size of a Volkswagen?
They are.
Like one of those slug bugs?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Man, I have put cows in those before. You're telling me those fish are that big?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they are actually.
Holy crud.
Yeah, in fact,
they weigh twice as much as one of those vehicles.
Yeah, in fact, there's the Goliath grouper, and there's also it's a certain kind, but those big halibut, they actually call them barn doors.
Yeah, halibuts, they get up to 1,200 pounds.
Yeah, that's how big they are. They look like huge the barn doors.
Uh-huh.
We got barn door crappie, but I didn't. They're not big as a slug bug.
Yeah, these are little. It's not a big deal to catch a fish 8 to 10 feet or more long.
Wow.
You look into one of those
catfish.
One of those giant groupers that's weighing almost 2,300 pounds. You're in for a fight.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It ain't gonna be an hour or two. It's gonna be 6, 8, 10 hours.
I'd have to get a bigger boat.
Oh, you're in a boat, but you're gonna have to keep that boat going with whichever way that fish is going. Because if you don't, it's going to pull you.
You ain't doing that in my boat. I don't think my boat weighs that much.
Hey, your boat's got to keep up with the fish.
Exactly.
So you don't lose a line.
Exactly. Well, look, guys, it's been fun. It's getting late. I got to make sure my 7-year-old is actually in bed instead of running around the house.
All right, we'll see you Sunday night.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll definitely be there. I'll catch y'all later. Thank y'all.
Toodles.
So what do you...
Is Miss Katie coming back?
Yeah, she'll be right back. She said her phone messed up.
Look, Catfish Regular just put on there that the world's record book said that the grouper is 680 pounds.
That's a small one. They've got them bigger than that. They got them way bigger than that.
See, I just can't. I guess when I'm thinking about a slug bug, I'm thinking about the whole size of it.
I'm talking about the whole, the dome size one on 4 wheels. That size was of a slug bug.
Yeah, but I'm saying I have had a cow in there before, and those cows weigh like 1,000 pounds.
Well, put it this way: that group is way bigger than a cow.
Well, that's the smaller cows, but wow. But I guarantee you, if that grouper kicked me, I probably wouldn't have been damaged like that when that bull did.
I tell you what, that grouper tail slaps you, you gonna hurt.
Oh man, I was hurt when that bull kicked me.
Oh, I think that tail slap from a grouper is gonna hurt worse than the bull, because that fin will cover from shoulder to foot. Because you got almost like a 5.5, 6 foot spread of a tail fin when it's fully extended that can cover you a short person from its head to its foot and just knock them over.
So instead of Jonah and the whale, it need to be Jonah and the grouper.
Right.
No, that's a grouper at 680 pounds. I think it's the Wells catfish tip. Biggest one recorded, I think, was 600.
The Mekong catfish is 246 pounds.
There's one that was on one of the videos I seen that was 600 pounds.
Yeah, it's 685 pounds for the red tail catfish. I believe it was. And that's out of, what country is that? I forgot where it was at.
Mekong or something like that.
No, it wasn't Mekong. It was, dang it. They were by Africa.
Catfish regulators, Mekong catfish is 746 pounds.
I'm talking about the red tail. I'm not talking about the Mekong catfish. Red tail's bigger than that. Hey, Katie. You need the link again? Oh, never mind. She had it. There she is. So what do you?
Is Miss Katie coming back?
Yeah, she's here. You said her phone messed up. Oh, mute your laptop, Katie.
Oh, Catfish Regular just put on there that the world's record book said that the grouper is 680 pounds.
That's a small one.
Can y'all see me?
Yeah, I see you. But it's nothing bigger than that.
That's like way behind on voices.
She had a laptop. She's following chat on laptop, so she had a delay on that one.
I'll be right back.
I think she'll do really good, don't you, Becca?
Do what?
I think she'll do really good as a co-host.
Oh yeah. As long as you can get the phone to, or figure all that out.
We'll get it going. That's why we're doing this live tonight, so we can get it worked out.
I mean, there's still 19 people.
Can you see me?
Yeah, we see you.
Okay. Well, my charger that I was using, which is brand new, just died. I don't know what happened to it.
Here's a cow.
And my phone.
Well, that's the smaller cows.
Yeah, there you go. Delete, mute your laptop.
I just did.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to hear my voice again.
Especially mine. I don't need to hear it twice.
Well, I was trying to keep up with chat, so I unmuted the laptop, and I had to run in the other room and get a charger, find one. I still don't have everything working right, but my computer's acting stupid.
Hi, Mr. Mark.
We're getting it.
But this is why we did a trial run.
Right. This is why we're doing the trial run, so we can get it worked out.
Right.
All
anyway,
right.
I'm back.
Avid, can you move Miss Katie back up to the top? This is y'all's show. You can got like shove her back up there.
Oh, it don't matter to me, Becca.
There. Like that?
Now I'm back on the top. So, Becca, you was talking about hunting, and where do you fish? What do you like to fish for? I mean, obviously catfish, because
Well,
that's what community this is. But tell me a little bit about you.
Oh, I've been
Right.
hunting and fishing and mudding and you name it my whole entire life.
You're
So,
like me.
my dad was a taxidermist and it's just been in our blood. And so I said earlier when you said, you've been fishing ever since you could hold a pole or whatever, I always joke around and say, I throw the line out my mama's belly button. So,
Hey, Creole,
yeah.
thank you very much for being on the show.
Yeah, we did. I'm doing another test. I think I got my headset thing figured out, but y'all got to tell me what I got going on.
It's a little bit fuzzy now, but we can still hear you. I mean,
But the
loud,
audio,
just a little bit.
you're
Yeah, it's a
loud.
little bit fuzzy.
Kind of an echo because it's really loud.
Yeah, it sounds like a little vibration.
okay, watch. Let me. Like I'm just doing some testing based. All right,
There
how
you
about
go.
that?
It went. You're getting
Turn it
it.
up just a little bit.
Turn it up just a little.
Up.
Up.
Just a little bit.
Up a hair. Nope, up.
That got
Up.
worse.
Turn it up.
Volume up.
There you go.
All right, we got something now.
Yeah, you're good there.
Okay.
Perfect.
Still a tad scratchy, but that's a whole lot better.
Okay. Yeah, I just need to get this thing tested because I'm gonna probably be using this when I do my Well,
Can you see what I'm doing here, Leo? Just
Maybe
move
make
your
some
mic
phone
out
calls
just a
on
hair.
it or something.
Not up, but out.
all right. How about that, dude?
Now you sound a lot better.
Okay. I had it too close, I guess. But
And the
this,
closer you get it to your mouth, the louder you are.
okay. Yeah, that's I've never used this thing before, but I've got a without revealing what's going on, I've got a really big deal coming. Not this coming weekend, but next live, and I'm testing my equipment to make sure I can do that live and it'll go like I want it to.
Oh, you're talking about the blues
That's
catfishing contest?
That's what I found to do
The
it.
blues catfishing contest?
Was that Evan?
You gonna be in the blues catfishing contest?
No. This will be before Winter Blues.
Okay.
This will be. I put it this way. I got a big rematch coming up.
Oh yeah, with Hagen.
Cool.
Yeah. He has not confirmed just yet. He said he'd let me know this weekend if he can do it next weekend. So for this weekend, I should know something, but it looks like that's going to go down next weekend. I believe. But I haven't confirmed it just yet with him. We've been texting back and forth all week.
Well, I love all the tournaments, but of two things. They need to include bank fishermen and single people.
And
Because we kind of get left out.
Hey, you're more than welcome to go bank fishing anytime you want with this, Becca.
Do what?
You're allowed to bank fish as much as you want with us.
I think you thought it was you, Becca, and it was me.
Yeah, that wasn't me. That was Miss Katie.
Oh,
hey, Becca ain't worried about being single. Let me tell you, she ain't worried about that.
Me either. But it'd be neat to be in some of these tournaments that are for couples.
Well. Remember, Winter Blues has absolutely nothing to do with couples or anything.
Right.
It's got nothing. I mean, you could fish it from the bank by yourself if that's what you wanted to do. Now, me, that's one of my golden rules. I do not go in the river by myself.
well, the
I-
stretch you're on, you can't.
Right, I understand
It's
that.
too dangerous.
Yeah, it's too dangerous. It takes two people to work that boat in that river with how fast that current is and everything we got going on. There's no way I could work the boat by myself and be safe the whole time. I mean, I
Right.
could, but I'm not.
Yeah, I would never step foot out on a boat, even if I was an expert with one. I wouldn't by myself. No.
No,
But as
I'll
far as
go
sitting on the
in.
bank, I'll chill.
Oh yeah. No, I'll go in what I call the small water. We've got a lot of
Backwater.
well, like some oxbow lakes, things like that don't
Right.
have any current in them. Oh yeah, no problem. I'll go in there by myself. But to go out on that Atchafalaya River or the Mississippi by myself
No,
in a boat, that ain't happening.
that's a
Right.
death wish.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't. Because running down the river is one thing, but when you start wanting to fool with the anchors and things like that, got to have two people running that boat. It's just
Yeah.
I taught my wife how to drive the boat. She knows just as much about the boat as I do. So if let's say something happened, I were to get hurt, she can get us home, put it on the trailer and everything, no problem.
That's
I'll be
good.
right back. I gotta get another drink.
I mean
Okay.
that's just and really in our area, I know nobody's really heard of it, nobody's familiar with it, but the Atchafalaya River, which is really where I fish 75% of the time, is more dangerous than the Mississippi River is.
Really.
The on average, the water is deeper and the current is faster.
Now they
See,
got that
like I
couple.
was saying, I've never fished any deep water like that. The
Um,
deepest here is probably 15, 20 feet.
oh Lord, and that's extremely shallow for me. I've got a couple of holes that I fish that are well over 100 feet.
Yeah, see, to me, that would be awesome.
Yeah. In fact, I've got one hole that right now is 135 feet deep. At the stage it's at
Wow.
right now. Yeah. When
Wow.
the water picks up this spring, it'll be about 150.
When you fish spots like that, do you just drop your baits just straight down or do you cast?
I normally suspend them under the boat because the water is so deep. I have to have 1,000 feet of anchor line to try to anchor
Right.
up. And
Right.
where this hole is, it's in a really, really hard outside bend. And even if I had enough rope, there's no way I could anchor and hold the boat straight. So the only option I have is to get in there, spot lock my trolling motor, and just let the bait go all the way under the boat.
Right.
and
Well,
we
that's
and we
good.
have pulled fish out of that deep hole. I haven't caught any
Really.
real big ones in there yet, but I have caught fish in that deep hole.
There's got to be some monsters in there, though. There's got to be.
I have seen what other people have pulled out of that hole. Now I haven't been fishing at a hole for very long because I haven't had this big boat with this spot lock trolling motor for very long.
Right.
But there's old guys that have spent their life on that river that have, and I will tell you with 100% certainty because I saw it for myself. They have caught fish in that hole and other holes that would hold the Blue Cat world record.
Oh, wow.
But nobody around here wants to report it and wants anybody to know about it. So they
Right.
don't say. So they don't say anything. I saw for myself on a cattle scale a 156-pound blue cat.
Holy cow.
I saw. I was right there when they weighed it. But
Wow.
but they were like, no, oh no, they ain't. That's the first thing that was said was, well, man, I think that's a world record. They're like, nope, ain't telling us. So
But why?
the
Because then
best.
it it out that it was there. Everybody's gonna be there.
Well, yeah, that's the short answer. You have to understand that the people in my area, let's say within 50 miles of where I live, it's a very old mentality. Like take my grandfather for example. He grew up during the Great Depression. You know what you caught meant if your family was going to eat that week or not. So
Right.
it was very, very important for people not to know if you were catching fish or not, because like
Right.
A said, then everybody's going to be there. And these
Yeah.
these old these old men that I've learned some things from, they were taught by their dads who were like that. So that's still those old ways of not letting anybody know what you got, because
Right.
it just stems from back then, you know. And I'm not gonna say it's frowned upon that I do the YouTube thing, because there's not many people around here know that I do it. But I don't go giving away everywhere that I fish either, though.
Right.
You know, there's some places that will never be on camera. For sure, there's some places that'll never be live. Well, A, because I ain't got no phone reception over there, and it's just I've got to keep. There was certain people that taught me that I promised that there were certain spots that I would never reveal to anybody,
Right.
and that's
that.
for their respect. That's the way it's gonna stay. But like I always told them when I was being taught by these guys, I was not interested in their fishing spots. That's not what I wanted. What I wanted from them was, why do you fish there? What made you choose that spot? You know, what about it made you stop there instead of half a mile down the river that looks exactly the same?
Right.
That's what over the years, you know, when these guys finally understood that I wasn't trying to take their spots from them, I just wanted that mentality. Then they
Right.
started opening up, sharing more, and like, hey, look for this, look for that, look for that, and
Trying
I've
to
learned a
gain a
lot.
type of trust.
Exactly.
Right.
And YouTube did a very good job of filling in those gaps and breaking a couple of old mentalities that I had that's not really true from what I was taught from a young age.
Right.
You know, YouTube has taught me that the catfish is a voracious predator fish. It is not the bottom feeding scavenger like I was taught growing up.
No,
It's, you know, I had to kind of break out of that paradigm and really think of it the way it really is.
they're a
Right.
predator fish.
Yeah. And when you start thinking of them as a predator, you start kind of understanding a little more about where you need to be. That's why a lot of guys that I
Exactly.
brought catfishing for the first time were really good bass fishermen. Bass fishermen, as much as we pick on them, they catch on to catfishing very fast if you can get them thinking that way,
Right.
Exactly.
because
Now,
they understand predator fish.
what's your
Right.
thoughts of the pinch floats with rattles?
um, I don't use like peg floats, demon dragons, anything like that, because the current is so fast. All they do is get wrapped up, tangled up. They don't work that well because of my fast currents. Now, what I use those Versa rattles that go inline on your leader. That I do use. I've become a pretty firm believer in them. We did some. I've been using them for about a year now. Not long ago, we went back and we fished the same spot that I fished for the couples tournament. We caught 22 fish. Every rod got bit except the one rod that I did not have a Versa rattle on.
Hmm.
Now we had all kinds of different bait. I was using. I had some red horse sucker, I had some shad, and I had some chicken. They all got bit pretty equally to each other. You know, with plus or minus maybe
Right.
one. They all got bit pretty evenly. That one rod I had that did not have a Versa rattle never got touched, and I even moved it to different spots on the boat just to prove that to myself. Because we had them suspended all around the boat. So what I did, I picked it up and I moved it to where I was catching the most fish at. Nope, the fish moved to where I had the other rod at.
Hmm.
They did not. Now that was that day.
Right.
But in my year of using them, I have never, not once, caught a fish on one without it and not on one with it. That has never happened to me. If I caught a fish, it was gonna be on the Versa route. If it was only one, if it was two fish, it might have been half and half. But if I caught only one, it was gonna be on that Versa route, 100%.
I want to turn this around a little bit.
Okay.
What would be your advice for people who are wanting to start doing YouTube videos? What would you advise them, and how would you help them to get started?
Well, I'm gonna give everybody else the same advice that was given to me. Number one, don't be so hard on yourself. Film, even though it's not gonna be that good, and that's okay. Film some content and just get it out there. You know, don't try to make a video the quality, let's say, that what some of these big guys are putting out. You're not going to do that in the beginning. Don't worry about it. Don't compare yourself to somebody who's up here. Put out a little, look, my first two videos was some crappy little cell phone videos that my wife filmed while we were hauling in some fish. Just get something out there. Worry about improving as you grow and as you get bigger.
Like I did.
Yeah, exactly. Just put a little something out. Short videos are the key when you're a very small channel. I would say no more than 15 minutes for sure. You know, don't start these 30-minute videos right off the bat, because you're not going to get your viewer attention, and it's not going to make the numbers look good.
No.
Keep it short, keep it simple, and work towards putting something out that you're really happy with. But if you're not 100% happy with it, it's okay. Get it out there and just get something going. Number two, you just soon get used to how you look on camera and how you sound on camera. Because everybody knows that the way you think you talk and the way you actually talk is two different things. And that is a very weird experience if you're not used to it. So you just soon practice, get used to it. You're going to be hearing a lot of it. You know, get that out of your head. Just go for it. You know, don't worry so much. That's kind of my one little thing. Quit worrying so much. Just get it out there.
Hey, Mike.
What are you talking about on your voice? What are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about.
Sounds a little different.
Yeah. What when you hear yourself talk, like not on camera, not on a microphone, but how you think you sound in your head, but then you record yourself and listen to yourself, that's two different things.
Oh, I sound silly.
Well, y'all probably think I sound silly, so we're even.
Yeah,
you know?
we all probably sound silly to one another.
Yeah, we all. I mean, look, we all got different.
Number one question of the night, Creo.
What's that?
When do I get to come down there and you teach me how to fish?
Anytime you want to burn the gas.
I get 40 miles to a gallon in my car, so.
Get in your car right now. You can be here for Saturday morning when we roll out.
Man, that would be nice.
Anytime you want. Anytime you want.
If I had the money, I'd be there.
Hey,
just hitchhike. It'd be all right.
That'd be a lot easier up here than down there. We got a lake that's in between us that has big flatheads.
We got a
with big blues.
We got a couple of big ones down here too. Technically, my PB flathead is 55 pounds.
Oh.
That ain't bad. That's a nice one. That's
but,
a nice flathead.
But I don't talk about it in the community because I caught it snagging.
Right.
I did on a baited hook. I've never caught one over 10 pounds just yet because we haven't gone fishing specifically targeting them yet. That's going to change this spring.
My
big
biggest
time.
flathead's 35.
So good. I've got you beat, Cleo. That one's 47.76. I'm hooked.
Hmm. Oh, we go beat that. Don't worry. That ain't no problem there.
I
Like I
won't
said,
be
I know what's in that river.
Red Lake is a good habitat for flatheads and blues
Yeah.
and channels.
See, they're totally separate in our area. If you want to fish for yellowcat, there's a whole other stretch of river that you need to be in. If you want to go catch the big blues, there's a entirely different area you need to be, and it's so unique because we've got just in a, I don't know, let's say a 20-mile radius of the boat ramp I put in, we've got two dams, one hydroelectric plant. We've got miles and miles of like big rock revetment shores. We've got sandbars. We've got a 2-mile section of river that's nothing but flooded trees, flooded willow trees. You know, I've got pretty much any kind of structure a cat fisherman wants to fish. I've got it. Somewhere where we fish at, like where we go bumping at, that's below that hydroelectric plant, below that
That
hydro
looks
dam.
really fun.
It
Oh,
look,
Bumping looks like it'd be really fun.
it is absolutely addictive. The first time you have one of them big blues slam that rod and try to take it out of your hands, that there is no drug that will match that. I promise you.
I'm
I
sure.
tell you what, I watched my 11-foot poles bend over and my spring-loaded rod holders completely flat to the ground, and the spring-loaded rod holder had that rod so tight in there the catfish couldn't pull it out.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
And all,
Let's
all
see. I
these
see the
that rod is just laying that flat on the ground.
I got my
It's
PB
bouncing.
20 years ago, a 20
And
pound.
that was an
yeah.
83-pound blue that was on that rod.
I see I see the wandering fisherman is asking me a question, and being I'm standing right here, if y'all give me about 30 seconds, I can show him better than I can tell him because my rods are literally right here.
Okay.
I got some good smoked salmon recipes, Mark Clark.
Okay,
Hi, Mr. Kim.
I literally had it right here in my boat. Okay, but this is the rig I use right here. I start off just basic sinker slide bead, and that is a 250-pound barrel swivel, and I run about a 15-inch piece of 80-pound leader. Let me put the rod down. Then what I do, I tie a second. Make sure I'm backwards here. I tie a second barrel swivel, and then that's where my Versa rattles are. My Versa rattles are above that second swivel, that they're trapped between those two swivels. And then I run about a 4-6 inch piece of leader down to my hook. So my Versa rattles are about 6-8 inches above my hook, but those Versa rattles are trapped above that second swivel where they can't get on the hook, and that way the catfish won't bite them and tear them all up.
Right.
But that right there is my go-to rig. I did a lot of swapping around. A few months ago, I really settled on that rig, and I've been really, really happy with it. The only variation that I do on that rig is right here. Sometimes instead of putting the sinker slide and this regular swivel, I'll put a 3-way crane swivel with a clip that I can hang a weight on. That way, this doesn't move. It pins the weight in one spot, and because we can't really run a Santee rig because of the high currents. If I want to get my bait off the bottom a little more, what I'll do, I'll come off this crane swivel and I'll put a sinker dropper with some mono, maybe a foot or two long, depending on how high I want to pick my bait up, and I'll basically run a 3-way rig to run my baits off the bottom instead of doing a Santee rig. But if you do it with a crane swivel, it's universal. You don't have to cut and retie and redo everything. It's already right there for you.
Right.
Because around here, at least that I can tell, especially those big blues, they don't notice that weight. Because if you think about it, if your rod is sitting there in a rod holder locked down, the minute that fish starts pulling on that line, it's gonna lift that weight off the bottom, and they're gonna feel it anyway, even if you have a sinker slide. Troy, I use anywhere between 8 and 12 circle hooks, depending on the size of the bait that I want to throw. Most of the year, I'm running 10s and 12s.
I use.
Yes. I tried that rig, but it just twists up so bad in that heavy current. I never had any luck with it.
I love this rig, but with these type of rattles here.
Yeah,
like
I see what you're talking about.
Huh?
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. See, that's why I run these beads between my Versa rattles, because in that heavy current, they can spin independent of each other.
Right. I got beads in between them too, and these things spin quite nicely, but they spin a lot quicker.
Yep. And actually, the idea of the beads between the Versa rattles, that's Doc Lang does that. That's where I got the idea from.
Hey, Mark.
If it's good enough for Doc Lang, it's good enough for me. I can promise you that.
Right.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Mr. Mark.
I guess he's not sleeping either, huh?
It's not.
He's like most of us. We can't sleep.
Apparently not. Sleep.
Hey,
Look,
Mark,
I get plenty of sleep when I'm dead.
Who's want to share with you?
I
real
say
quick.
that.
I'll sleep plenty when I'm dead.
No. Catfish Katie Collins will be a co-host on the show starting Sunday night. And the name of the show will be Fishing from the Bank with Avid and Katie. And our first guest Sunday night will be Mad Catters.
Heck yeah.
She'll be co-hosting the show with me from here on out. Hey, ACC.
Should be pretty interesting.
And I did this because I wanted to have a female catfisherman here to where we can get both aspects of the catfishing community on here.
See somebody earlier, they were asking about them pin warfare reels.
Yeah.
That's all I use. I love my pin warfare reels.
Hey, I like my pin reels too.
I'm more interested in the rod.
Oh, come on now. You want to see my rod, Ace?
I like the
Be nice.
Well, I said that out loud.
Yeah, be nice.
Look, Muddy River catfishing, baby. Blue cat rod.
Yeah, I've got 2 of the flathead rods. I want to get the blue cat.
I love them. I find that I almost call them a heavy, medium heavy. I find they have the tip of a medium heavy, but the backbone of a heavy action, which is absolutely perfect for what I do. Because I've got a.
I seen the one, the Jason Lamb one, and that thing had the backbone of a heavy, but it had the quick tip of a medium heavy.
Yeah. See, because I've got a B&M Silver Cat Elite, and I've got 2 B&M Silver Cat Magnums, and I find these blue cat rods are dead the middle between those 2 rods as far as action goes.
Mm-hmm.
They're right between them. Oh, they are by far my favorite,
aren't they?
All of my rods are 1 piece. I do not have any 2-piece catfish rods.
But that's all the Muddy River comes in is 1 piece.
Yes,
right?
yes, yeah. To my knowledge, Chris does not make a 2-piece rod. Now, I think he makes bank versions of these rods. I don't know if they're longer than the 7.5 foot. So I'm not 100%. I don't know.
Catfish souffle, really, regulator?
I don't know about all that.
Etouffee, yeah.
Well, that video I did with that catfish gravy, that's kind of what it is, more or less.
Right. But he was at Crawdad Chick-fil-A.
Hey, crawfish season has started. It has started. We're starting to kind of see them here and there for sale. It's early, not big yet, but in fact, that reminds me. I need to go get me tomorrow. I'm gonna go get me some for bait for Saturday. See if we can catch some catfish on them.
No, if you don't catch catfish off those big crawdads, you got a problem.
Well, the only issue we have, which is not a bad issue, if we can keep the goo off of them first.
Oh, you mean the slime?
No goo. Freshwater drum.
Oh, okay.
If I can the goo.
Those things will hit anything with a shell on it.
They good eating now. They're very good.
They'll destroy a crawdad in a heartbeat.
Yeah, that's how we used to catch them growing up. We would go off the bank and we throw 3 rigs with live crawfish on them. That's how we catch them.
Now, do you just hook them through the tail, or do you hook them through the body?
No, through the very end of the tail.
Yeah, just one shot.
About half an inch from the end. Yeah, because if you hook them, the closer you get to the body, the quicker you're gonna kill them.
Right.
So I go right in the end of the tail meat.
Do you remember catching crawdaddies when you were a little boy?
We grew up doing that, catching them in the ditch.
Yeah, that's what we always did. You just take a little net. Well, actually, you just take a net. You just kind of go across the ditch or through the ditch.
Yeah.
But if I was in a tank, then I'd use salt pork or something like that. You know?
Yeah, I mean around here they're everywhere. I mean, literally any ditch that holds water for more than 2 days is going to have a few crawfish in it. After this big rain, I'm going to have some crawfish chimneys in my front yard. I can promise you that. They're everywhere.
3 rods, blue cat 7.5, medium heavy, flathead 7 foot, medium heavy.
Yeah.
Catfish rod 7 foot, medium action.
Yeah, now that last one, that's what he's calling his channel cat rod. It's a black rod with all gold hardware. In fact, D has the number 1 off the production line. She won it.
Right, I remember that.
And if I'd have been her, that thing would be hanging on my wall. I don't think I'd take it. The number 1 production rod. Oh no, I'd put that on my wall. I think. But hey,
yeah, I would have too. Easy on though.
Hey, well, of course I say that. I'd have probably got it full of slime like everything else. It's easy to say when it's not you.
Right.
Yeah. Now, you put traps out, or do you just catch them by hand?
Actually, I go right across the street from my house. We have a little bayou that's maybe 20 foot wide. I take a long, I guess you can call it a minnow net. It's a dip net, but it's got a real fine mesh, and I catch them with that.
Okay. Because I was going to ask you what kind of bait of choice you'd use to bait up a crawdad trap.
Dog food.
Tim said he had one of those before D did. Lucky dog.
Come on now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you don't want to go get crawfish bait, you take a can of dog food and take the canned food and take a knife and poke a couple of holes in it and throw that in the trap. Works just as good.
Yeah, okay. I would expect you to have one before D did, Tim. You live out there with him.
But see, he didn't tell anybody that when Chris was giving that rod away and D wanted. See, now he says that. He wasn't saying that before. Him and Chris Flores are tight, so that's a good buddy to have, let me tell you.
Heck
yeah. I don't doubt that one a bit.
But I gotta get out of here, guys. You guys all have a good evening.
All right, you have a good night.
Thank you, Ace.
Later, Ace.
Have a good night.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do like Ace. I think I'm gonna sign off for the final time before my wife comes in the back door and starts looking at me funny.
Thank you for coming in.
Hey, look, thank y'all. If it would be for people like y'all doing these lives and all that, ain't nobody would know who I am. So hey, it's thank y'all.
We'll get you back up here another time.
Oh, there'll be another night where I won't sleep, and you'll see my ugly mug up here again. Trust me.
Uh-huh.
Have a great morning.
Yep.
Ooh, it is morning, isn't it?
Yes,
Barely,
it
but it is.
Ooh, Lord have mercy. All right, see y'all later.
Later.
Good night.
So how are you liking this, Katie?
It's been fun. Yep. It's been fun.
Any advice for Rebecca?
No.
No.
I wouldn't know what you'd want me to tell her.
No,
I usually do the videos after dark, remember?
Oh yeah, those videos. No, there's nowhere around for them to be found.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I usually do I guess you'd call that catfishing after dark.
Yeah, that'd be what it'd be called, catfishing after dark.
So, Becca, you have a boat, but you don't use it? Is that what you said?
Not really. I think I'm gonna give it to my older brother.
Now, feel free to give it to me if you want.
It's
No, I'm
actually
teasing.
it's a bass cat.
Right.
So
Oh, it's a bass fishing boat.
I mean it is, but I crappie fish out of it.
Oh, bass
Yeah,
boats
I
are
live
good
in
for crappie
Kentucky.
boats.
Yeah, so say I mean you can do any kind of fishing out of any kind of boat, basically. And I mean I ain't gonna take it down there and go in the ocean.
No.
I wouldn't take a bass boat on the Mississippi or the Ohio any day of the week.
Tim, you got a bass cat?
Tim has what?
Well, he
He
says
said,
me
me too,
too.
Becca.
Yeah, you got a bass cat?
I don't know what he's talking about on that one.
Matter of fact, I bought a new power steering for the wheel that I need to change out.
My phone froze up again, so you may or may not lose me again.
Well, here, throw a line to me. I'll hold it and I'll catch you before you go down.
Sounds like a good
Well-
idea.
We're going to be ending it here soon so we all can get to bed.
Right.
I did this tonight to give you a
We did a pretty good test run.
plus give you some practice and get you comfortable with it.
We got 40 thumbs up, so I'd say we did pretty good.
Yeah, we did real good.
Yep.
Yeah,
We've
next
been on-
time put your put the time. I know the reason why you didn't probably this time, but next time put your name as the title. Make
Okay.
sure it says bank fishing with Am and
Right.
Katie on there. Yeah.
We didn't put that up yet because we were just doing a test run for the night.
We were
Right. You
trying to
wanted
see
to.
if I had enough signal to do it.
Right,
Yeah, well, and you wanted to like introduce it, You
right.
didn't want to. You didn't want to give it away till you did.
Right.
No, didn't want
And
to give
now
it away
Kevin
in the
hooked us
title.
up with this awesome
wanted,
background, so
Let people know about it after they come in. Your boy Troy wants to know what part of Kentucky you're from.
I'm about 3 hours from Louisville. He said he's from Louisville, so
Okay. We didn't want to put a title up in there, but we do have thumbnails like this one, and already have the one for Sunday night set up, so it already has that thumbnail in, the new thumbnail in it.
Becca, Tim was saying you could give him your boat too.
Oh no, I give that to my older brother. I think I'll
Don't
get a
blame you
different.
at all.
I'll get another one when I get to Arkansas.
Hey, I can't pull a boat with my little bitty car. It's probably parked inside of the boat.
Oh, see, I ain't had a car in. I can't tell you how long. I've always
I
had
would
trucks.
love to have a truck. I had a truck before and I had a Jeep before, and I'd love to have another one. That's just financially right now,
Yeah.
which that's for everybody. But
Yeah, I hear you.
Sunday
Yeah.
night's thumbnail has been upgraded, so has a new name and everything on it.
okay,
So you can check that out and let me know what you think of it.
okay. Well, I don't have anything else to say, really.
No.
amount of things to talk about.
Or just,
That's why I said everything else I got is like it's a catfishing after dark.
Right. Yeah. Hey, that would make a good YouTube channel.
hey, you
No,
know,
we don't let those videos stay up.
no.
Those get deleted.
Becca knows me. I delete them.
Yeah, because I won't do it unless he promised me that he deletes them.
Right.
Well, hey, I can always restart another stream and do the after dark show.
Yeah, because
It's
yeah,
been
you
a-
don't want to give up all the great content that's
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 right.
going on right now.
No, this content stand.
Exactly.
Hey, Fishing Louisiana.
That's why I said all my stuff. It's I'm more geared towards as I've been, just like a lot of people. I've been fishing my whole life, and you do certain kind of fishing that's around your certain kind of areas.
Right.
Right.
So, as long as it stays fun for me, then, but once it's considered work, then I'll go back to just my fun.
Right.
I don't want it to ever, even this channel, I want to have fun at mine.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm gonna
yeah.
do fishing. I'm gonna do hunting. I'm gonna do mudding.
Right.
I'm gonna do skits. I'm gonna do some cooking. I don't know. Look at the snowman I built.
Right. I love that.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I just want to have a lot of fun. And, one thing that I've learned is, really, I know it's a cliche, but life really is short. You really don't know. And I just don't want to spend the rest of my life like just being, I'm just not a serious person.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to just do it and not worry about, everybody's, I don't have to be the best.
Right. I'm the same way.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
have to pull in that 100-pound fish, I'm
Right.
perfectly pulling in anything that makes me smile.
Me too.
Hello,
I'm
Fishing
happy with my
Louisiana.
dinks. That's all right.
See, and I don't even think I call mine dinks. Those go in my frying pan.
Right. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
throw them babies back. I keep anything from over 10 pounds and up.
If I threw them little ones back, my dad would kick my butt.
Yeah. The only
don't
thing,
keep anything
I would
that
throw
big.
back is if it's not legal.
Hey,
Right.
that big,
Yeah.
I like to go back.
Do what?
Anything that big, I like to go back.
Right.
See, because then on those smaller ones, especially like if you're catching perch, because now some of those that I see everybody else catch when they say that perch, they're like huge. Well,
Right.
they're not really like that here, And one of my favorite things is eating the fins and the tail.
Really.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I love
you
those.
like
I'd
them
much.
they come out like a potato chip after they're cooked.
Yeah, they're kind of like a tater chip, and it's
Uh-huh.
just
Yeah.
it's. I would rather eat the fins and the tail than I probably would the rest of the fish. We'd have a big old fish fry, and I'd like, okay, everybody, I'll take all the fins and tails, and y'all can have all my fish,
Right.
It's like a little snack,
Yeah.
Well, that's all they are. They're a snack and they don't last very long.
or as I call them, little snacker doodles.
Uh-huh.
Night, Tim.
Good night, Tim.
Happy with sunfish and any 3-pound cats. Yeah, that's me too.
3-pound cats, man. It take almost 20 of them just to even get me full.
Oh, whatever.
No, hey, I can put away some fish.
Well, eventually you got to get full.
Right. Yeah.
I trust me. I didn't get to almost 300 pounds just by looking at food.
Or are you one of those that just eat and then all of a sudden, 20 minutes later, you're like, oh my goodness, my tum hurts.
Why did I eat all
20 minutes
that?
later, I'm still looking for more food.
And you go in there and you start taking a little snoozy.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm one of those types that if I'm eating, 20 minutes later I'm hungry again.
Well, I'm telling you, if you were doing this carnivore diet where you had the no carbs, you really won't be hungry.
Really?
No, you won't, because you eat protein and you eat fat. Like, I think my fat total for today was, hold on, let me look it up. And you're going to be going like, what? Okay. My fat total, I would say yesterday now. Yesterday I only ate 1,300 calories. But my, well, where is that? Oh, there it is. But my fat content on that was 99 grams of fat. Yeah. And the protein was 121 grams of protein.
Really?
I did go over a little bit on my protein. I should have cut it down a little bit, but yeah, 0 carbs at all. And what it does is you go back to that time when back in the olden days, we're talking about way olden days, that's what people ate.
Right.
They didn't have all this stuff with 25 ingredients in it. They lived on mainly meat. And as long as you're eating the meat, your body is using the protein, or I'm sorry, the fat. Yeah, the protein is what's fueling your body, giving you the energy and all that. But the fat is what's helping you lose the fat. It doesn't, it sounds kind of weird, but it does work. And
well, I understand it takes fat to burn fat.
Yeah. So as long as you don't want to eat like that high of a fat content and still eat 100 carbohydrates, because then your body's not, all you're going to do is gain weight. But yeah, you don't. I mean, I have to remind myself to eat. So, but it's just that, after my, after some things happened in my life and, losing my mom and dad, I put on some pounds and I'm just trying to get them back off. And
I understand.
yeah, I mean, it's just something that happens.
Yep.
And wondering, fisherman, what do you mean about making side dishes? And even after like when you get done, I mean, you don't have to do this carnivore like your whole life. There's people that have done it for 20 years, and you're good, as long as your doctor tells you, you're okay. Make sure you get all your tests done and stuff. But even after you're done with it, you can just slowly add in some veggies, and stuff. You just don't go overboard with everything. Right. You just kind of equal it back out. But that's why, you'll see me in the chat boxes. I'll talk about, I'll have the T-bone steaks and, I fix the chicken stuffed with bacon and provolone cheese. And I did the bacon wrapped quail and had the salmon. I did some fresh salmon patties where I took fresh salmon fillets and you chop them up instead of getting the stuff out of the can. I just chop it up and I add in, let's see, the ones I made, it was like 13 ounces of salmon. And then I put in one large egg. And then I crushed up a half of an ounce of spicy pork rinds. And then I put some seasoning in it, mixed it all up, and I cooked it in what was left over of my sausage fat, like from breakfast. And it gets crunchy on the outside and, yummy, moist on the inside. And it just makes me all feel so good.
It sounds good.
But yeah, and I put crushed red pepper flakes because I like stuff spicy.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, it's just things like that. I mean, you really don't miss. I mean, yeah, you can. If you miss a lot of fast food and all that stuff, I guess you could. But when you're not really hungry,
Right.
so
Right.
yeah, you want to eat a lot of the, pretty much any meat, even organ meats are good.
Right.
As long as you can stomach them. I mean, I love them. I've been eating gizzards since I was little.
Yeah, me too.
She's like me with liver. I've been eating it since I was a baby.
So
I quit eating oysters because my mom didn't know how to make them right.
well, that's because she was just too worried about the love part of the oysters.
Well,
So Wondering says make side dishes for the small cats so Avid gets full.
No, I don't do small cats. No.
What do you mean? I thought you said you eat catfish.
Catfish, yes.
What's what he's talking about? He ain't talking about barn cats.
I thought he was talking about barn cats.
no.
Those can go free.
It's like Avid's done went crazy.
I just got it wrong.
I mean, I've eaten a lot of stuff, but I ain't ever eaten a cat.
No.
Now I'll tell you one of my.
Never know when you go into a Japanese restaurant what you're going to be eating.
I'll tell you one of my favorite things, really, besides like deer, is squirrel. I love the heck out of squirrel.
Oh yeah. Squirrel dumplings are great.
But yeah, squirrel and possum and raccoon and I've even tasted skunk. That wouldn't be one I'd really want very often.
Yeah. Raccoon is really greasy, I think.
Yeah, it's kind of like
you got to cook it just right, or it's just grease.
Well, that's pretty much all your game. I mean, you really have to fix, because a lot of the game meat, like deer and elk, and it's so lean.
Yes.
But I still don't add fat to mine.
Right.
A lot of people will add fat when they, we've been processing our own meat for my entire life.
We do that too.
Yeah. So a lot of people will add some like pork fat or something like that. And I just don't, because I want to control the fat content.
Right. So you got your whole channel started right there. That's what you need to, you need to put a lot of that into your channel.
Well, I will. As I said, I can't really do much here, not with trying to, I just lost my folks last year, so.
I understand totally.
And it just, with COVID, when it happened, it just put a damper on trying to get a hold of all these different offices.
Absolutely, yes.
To get all the paperwork and all that stuff handled. And, shoot, I'm still working. Yeah, it's just, it really is. You make phone calls and you spend hours and you can't get anybody to call you back. And then you finally get somebody, they say, well, shoot an email. And so you shoot an email. You don't hear nothing back for them for 2 months. Avid, wake up.
He looks asleep, doesn't he?
He is asleep. That happens.
He is asleep. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, he does.
He'll start snoring in a minute.
He's done that. He's done that before. Thank you, Mr. Mark. I appreciate that. It really has been tough.
Yes, sorry for your loss.
But JV's actually helped me a lot with my grief.
That's great.
Yeah.
Now
he's awake.
I'm awake. I've just been listening.
You have
not. Your head was bobbing for a minute. You're asleep.
It ain't the first time you've fallen asleep.
I can't wait to see how
past my bedtime anyway.
Yeah, Yeah, it's probably I probably need to get off of here too.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, and thanks to everybody who has came in and put the thumbs up and everything. I really appreciate it. Becca, thank you for coming in and talking to us and making conversation.
Look, exactly, Jeremy. There's evidence. You got
That's
video
right.
evidence of Avid sleeping.
Yep, I agree.
I didn't sleep all day. I haven't slept since
I know you went fishing.
Tuesday night at 5 o'clock when I
Good
got
night,
up.
Mark.
I know. He's gonna start giving me a complex if he keeps sleeping like this right when I'm talking to him.
Well, you guys have a good night. God bless everybody and have a good day. Well, it's have a good day now, I guess. Let's all get some rest
Have
and
a good morning.
yeah, start when the sun comes up again.
Yeah, it won't be a few hours though. It'll be time for some
No,
more sausage and eggs,
that's
and
right.
I call it my sausage and egg salad.
Right.
That's all that's in it is
Sounds
sausage and
good.
eggs.
Sounds good.
You don't have anything else in that salad? Just sausage and
It's
eggs?
just got sausage and eggs.
Nothing
You
wrong
know,
with that.
I usually take for like breakfast. I'll do 4 sausage patties, and I get the hot, and then I'll put 2 over easy eggs, or sometimes I might do a soft boiled egg because I like the yolks runny. I just put it
Right,
in a bowl
yes.
and I just mix it all up, so I call it a salad.
Wow.
Yeah, and then as I said, and then for lunch, sometimes I won't have lunch because I'm just really not hungry or I'm too busy. I don't think about it, and then I'll usually have some supper and just fix something. At night I'll either I said I love frog legs, and so I eat a lot of those, and I got a bunch of stropper in the freezer, bunch of bass in the freezer. Plus all the other stuff, like salmon and that kind of crap, and then
Right.
I got a bunch of quail. I love eating quail, and then you have
Well,
your normal stuff, like beef, and so I love those T-bone steaks.
Yes. Yeah.
well,
Oh, I love those things. I got a bunch of
everybody,
filet mignons in there too that I need
Yeah,
to,
me.
cook up. Well, you find them on sale,
Yes.
and I'll go from. Sometimes I go to Sam's Club, and you'll find them real cheap, or like those T-bone steaks. I've been getting those. They've been running a sale on those. They ran a sale on those for like 2 months, and so
Wow.
I'll get $60 a T-bone steaks for like 20 something dollars.
damn.
Wow.
Yeah, so I just been going and buying the heck out of them, and then I just come home and I repackage them.
Heck yeah.
Put them in the freezer, and because they don't really take that long to thaw out.
Right.
So, and with doing this kind of diet, you kind of want something that's a little more fatty. Normally, I had to wrap my head around all this too because, you're always taught to eat less fat.
Right.
So at first, I was losing, and then I kind of stalled out was because I wasn't eating enough.
Right.
So, and I, back in, well, before everything all happened, I was training for like bodybuilding, and not to compete, but just because I loved it,
Right.
because I've had muscles my whole life. When you lift 3,000 pounds of cattle feed, you tend to
Yes.
get a few
That's the
muscles.
workout.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm not a dainty little girl, I've had muscles forever.
Right.
So
Right.
that's okay.
Everybody.
Huh?
It's going to be a good night. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
All right.
Alrighty. Y'all take
Thanks,
care.
everybody.
I'll
Bye.
talk to you some more later, Katie.
Okay. All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.